right.
It's party time! Hello,
It's
everybody.
party time. Oh.
Yeah, it is. You are here watching Labyrinth, the adventure game based on the beloved film Jim Henson's Labyrinth. We're going to be doing some stuff for Extra Life, helping out them kids. I am not your King Ginger, but I am your Goblin King, Colin Eustace, the man with the most, the bull of the woods, the cold-blooded sausage maker. And now I'll end it there. Here we got two intrepid players who will be running through these treacherous traps and deadly pitfalls. And why don't we start with the fieriest of Crotch?
Okay. Hi, I'm Joel. I'll be playing the fiery Crotch. That there's a comma in between. He is the fiery. His name is Crotch, so he is a fiery Crotch. Throughout the labyrinth, and honestly, I think you went a little too humble. Oh, magnificent one with Codpiece of Wonders.
Already starting to stroke that ego. Oh, God.
Yep.
Setting the precedent.
Just like the kids, I am sure that the fiery Crotch, my fiery Crotch, is going to need some help, some support, because we're going to be going all throughout this. I mean, there are going to be like tunnels and passages that we will have to go through, probably in and out of things. Some of them, I imagine, quite tight. So anything you could do to help support that would be greatly appreciated. Donate literally to any of our Extra Life campaigns. There's no one that I would want you to donate more than anybody else's. Be sure to spread the love around. Let's just help a bunch of kids. Also, if you want a quick sketch of something stupid that happens in our adventure, a $5 donation to my campaign, and I will do a quick, probably less than 5 minute sketch. So don't expect like terrific. But it'll be a quick, stupid sketch of a quick, stupid thing that we probably did.
Don't sell that short though, Joel. You were doing sketches in our Christmas stuff last night, and they were golden. We had your giant bugbearian that had lifted up a waiter that had a hors d'oeuvre tray, and he just was using that as his own like serving dish. You had a keg. It was great, yeah, and they were awesome, man. So don't say they're nothing to be wanted.
You can, whether you donate or not, you can still see those. They're up on Instagram. Or a donation of $50 or more, I will do a hopefully really good job depicting your NPC or PC for whatever game it is you're playing. I'm spending I think the shortest one I've done has been about 15 hours. So $50 for 15 hours of work and what I would consider a pretty good rendition of a D&D character, role-playing game, whatever. It's a pretty good deal. I'm going to cap it out at 10. I don't want more than 10 at a time, but I currently only have 2. So there are 8 open slots. We could easily make this happen.
One of those was claimed by me. He's doing a wonderful Warforged Artificer with his little Steel Defender Robo Dog, and it's wonderful. He's been giving progress shots of what he initially thought. He's working with you to make it exactly what you want, and it's tremendous. So I can't be happier, and with me only paying $50 for it, it's stupid ridiculously good. So snatch those up. They're great for all you D&D players, or even if you play anything else.
Nathan, I need to take you on like everything I do just to be my hype person.
I'm the hype man. My tattoo artist that I just met a couple weeks ago, I'm like her hype man. I'm like, for your sketches, the hype man. Greg Horn, anytime I go to cons with him, I'm his hype man, and his no man, which is also very fun. But yeah, man, if it's good, I'm gonna get it out there.
All right.
And if the fiery Crotch sketches were not incentive enough, maybe instead you'd want to have a little sketch of my horned one plant controller named Henson. Maybe that will tickle your fancy. Henson Handsome has a bit of a temper, mainly because he was teased by goblins and dwarves when he was very young. He doesn't look super approachable. He's got white gray hair. His face is all black. His eyes are red. And they kept referring to him as Beast. He's nothing but a beast, 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 beast. So he was very angry and has developed a temper over the years. However, the first human that he ever encountered in the labyrinth was very kind to him, actually put a little flower in his hair. And she said, well, aren't you handsome? So he took that upon himself. So now he's handsome. So now he adorns himself with flowers and daisy chains. He's got a crown of flowers. He's got vines like braided into his hair because that's apparently what it takes to be handsome. So he wants to live up to that name. So if you want to see that cute old picture of Handsome, $5 a Joel, and we'll get it. You can place it above your bed.
It'll happen.
So Handsome can keep an eye on you while you're sleeping.
What a deal!
What a deal for only $5. No,
you're
it should be 10.
practically taking money from us.
It is.
$5.
It really. I mean,
I don't know how that works, but it's working.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of me, but I'll tell you this.
Hey, didn't you say it goes to kids? It goes to kids. Come on. If you're thinking just solely of yourself, no.
Yeah.
You're getting something for you and the children.
Yeah.
Supporting those kids.
Gift for yourself.
Absolutely.
I may not like my own stuff, but I'll tell you this. $5 for a quick sketch is better value than a shitty sub that may or may not be $5.
Will that be a foot long? I've heard those are a full foot long.
About 12 inches, I think, right?
12 inches? Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's $5 12 inches.
Yeah. And Fiery
Sounds right.
Crotch is like way bigger than 5 inches, 12 inches. He's probably like a solid 3 feet tall.
Oh, at least.
A whole 36 inches?
Yeah.
The hell you say?
36-inch Fiery Crotch. That's right.
He's almost like he's fruity fun by the foot, and there's 3 feet of him.
Yeah.
My gosh.
That's a stretch.
This is where this game's going, folks.
All right. So let's set the scene. All right, everybody. So we're in the world of Labyrinth. Our players are going to be regular denizens of the Labyrinth world. Christmas is fast approaching. Yes, they celebrate Christmas, and they say Merry Christmas. And
happy holidays nonsense.
Yeah.
If that upsets you, you better get out of this chat right now.
Jareth has been, David Bowie's Jareth has been a little bit down since his good lady Sarah left the labyrinth with her baby brother Toby. So Jareth is down, and it's kind of set a sad mood across all the Labyrinth Kingdom. So being proud Labyrinthians and wanting to show some support and kindness to your Goblin King, you decide, you know what, I'm going to go get him a nice Christmas gift. And this will be the journey to finding that. Any idea of what you guys think maybe Jareth would like?
Jennifer Connelly.
We could try that.
I mean, it's rumored that he just likes, toddlers, but I don't know. Handsome doesn't think they're any greatly, present in this realm. I mean, Handsome he thinks he knows what it takes to be handsome, and he wants the Goblin King to also feel handsome. So he probably knows some like rare flowers and things somewhere that are talked about here, and he just wants to make him a nice bouquet that he can just have and feel good in his sadness, make him cheer up, make himself feel a little bit handsome.
Yeah,
that's solid. I mean, if we can't get Jennifer Connelly, backup plan.
What's her rate these days? Do we know?
I don't know.
Is it more than $5?
Yeah,
and I'll set up the rule right now that it'll be a difficult role, but we can travel into the real world if need be.
Okay.
And we'll say that Sarah and Jennifer Connelly are two distinct, different people out there. So we might be able to make a trip to find Jennifer Connelly.
And like age appropriate Jennifer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, otherwise, like I think a replacement baby might be welcome.
We could find a baby. We could go on a baby finding mission.
Or maybe just like a silk or velour lining for his codpiece.
He does like those velour cod pieces. If
Maybe we
Jareth,
could get him some tough actin tenactin to keep that nice and fresh and itch free as well.
A little like a cornstarch stocking stuffer.
Exactly. And of course, when we hand it to him, present him with the gift, you have to say, boom!
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
Exactly.
Stocking stuffer.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah.
Colin, at any point, since Handsome does have a pretty short fuse, if you think anything would potentially piss him off, you can make me roll for my temper and bad things will potentially happen. Or
if you'd want to inform me when you think maybe, because there's going to be definite just for how their personalities are, not even trying to antagonize you, there's going to be legit antagonists out there.
Absolutely. If anyone watching wants to donate to anyone with the doing the extra life stuff, I unfortunately don't have a link of my own. This is my first time doing it. But if you think Handsome would get a little TO'd, I will absolutely roll for that. Let's say what is 5? Well, I don't want to make them choose between Joel and I for their $5. What's a good old temper roll mixing things up? What do you think? $3? Nice. That's $3 for literally only over half of what Joel is asking. You can make Handsome see if he loses his shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could also we could do a 2-for-1. We could do a BOGO.
Go
for $5.
Oh boy.
You could get a quick sketch of whatever
of Handsome losing his mind. Boy.
Whatever moment in our game you would like to see.
And with the fiery there could be some going back to your previous deals of arm ripping, limbs could be lost.
Yeah, I mean mine will probably be coming off almost constantly.
Absolutely. Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. $5. Sketch of Handsome losing his mind.
Sketch. Handsome throws a tantrum.
Handsome throws
and
all the time.
A guaranteed one arm comes off.
But Joel, they may be asking, what if both of those arms are already off?
Well, then I'll put them back on and
So let's start the game.
Let's do it.
All right. So you guys, you're going to find yourself, maybe you know each other. Not sure if we established that yet, but you will be walking beside each other down a road leading to the stoned walls that are the beginning of the Labyrinth's territory. It's dawn. The Labyrinth is spread out before you, crawling over the hills surrounding the Goblin King's castle. Descending the slope, you are confronted by a wall, beyond which lies the Labyrinth's first ring. The maze of stone corridors you glimpsed from the hilltop. A square, stone-lined pool filled with brackish water lies nearby. No openings or gates can be seen. No footprints mark the sandy earth. As you approach, you notice two distinct shapes. One is a dwarf. One is another horned beast. They seem to be acknowledging each other, but they don't seem very friendly. Almost like if they have to be forced to put up with each other while they're in each other's company. And yeah, so we'll see you guys coming up, and they take notice of you. They say, "Hello, travelers," and this will be the little dwarf talking. His name is Gloam.
Gloam. All right. Does dwarf bother you?
Dwarf friend. But not friend. Just one friend.
I don't know. Dwarf could be friend.
Kinda. But my name is Loma. You my friend? My friend?
I be friend. I always want no more friend, Loma. You be our friend and dwarf can go away. I'm handsome.
Could I still meet you? This is Gloam. And Gloam's like, yeah, I'm not I'm not going away. I gotta be here. This is my spot.
Why you yelling, handsome?
Because I want you, traveler, to take this door right behind me.
We
What?
go other door.
No.
We go other door.
And Glove's like, yeah, use my door.
What's the deal with the doors there?
Oh, it's our job. You're a traveler to the city. You have to take a door. You should take my door.
Why?
Well, it's the smart thing.
Oh, handsome, hear this before. Dwarf lie.
I mean, he might not be lying.
He's not
Loma?
lying. It's smart thing. But taking my door
Yeah.
is wise.
And are you lying?
No.
Okay.
And I'm not lying either.
Well, so one door is smart and the other is wise.
Mm-hmm. And Glom is like,
One dwarf door. That mean bad door. We take big door. Big door better.
Are the doors
And-
the same size?
No, they are actually different looking doors. And I'll describe Loma, the horned beast. His door is carved stone, overgrown with moss. And Loma tells you, if you go through my door, creatures and plants will be nice to you. And Glom's like, yeah. That's all well and good. But look at my door. And his is old wood and rusty metal. And he says, you go through mine, all the puzzles and traps, mwah, piece of cake.
I like door with plant on. Plant like door. I like plant. We take plant door.
He wise. He very wise.
I also handsome.
Yeah, but he's not smart.
What?
You fiery? Are you smart?
I don't remember.
That seemed like that settle it. We take plant door. Let's go now.
Okay. Plant door it is.
Yeah, plant door.
He's gonna pop an arm off and wave goodbye to the dwarf and the.
And before you guys go through the door, I'll like to point your attention towards the stone-lined pool that kind of sat before them. It's just a little kind of watering trough, almost is what it looks like. If you guys would like to each roll me 1/6, you might be able to find something.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I
Or
got
1d6, I should say. Yeah.
I got a 3.
A 3? Oh my goodness, handsome! You found a white flag that you can fit up easily into your pocket.
Oh, this
If you have pockets.
no pocket.
Ooh.
You know what? Hansom's gonna take it, and he's gonna. So one thing I didn't mention in fits of tempers before, he'll take his horns and like row back and forth, and he's broken one off accidentally. So he has like a bunch of different things like tied around it, like vines and things. So he just adds it to the secure thing. So yeah, the flag is tied around his horn now.
I like that. Yeah. All right. Crotch.
I also rolled a 3, but I am good at listening and spotting. So if that would help.
Let's have you re-roll, and if you get another 3, I'll.
Ooh, I got a 6.
Ooh.
Whoa! You just found a 6-foot wooden pole.
Awesome. I think I've always wanted one of these.
All right. And going through Loma's door, now with your flag and wooden pole, you enter kind of a small, nondescript little room. As you kind of take a step in there, though, there is a click on the ground beneath you. And the floor kind of falls away, disappears. You feel yourself tumbling hard. Your world becomes darkness as the sound of rocks kind of close up above you, like the ground just opened and now is closing again. There is nothing but the panting of your breath and the beat of your heart. Cold stone meets every touch of the walls and floor. You are in an oubliette, a place where people and things are put to be forgotten.
Oh, I Lomalai!
Oh, I get it. This is why this door was not the smart choice. It was the wise choice, but it makes sense now. Man, it's a shame we don't have light down here.
If you guys want to give me like make a roll to search around, I'll set the difficulty at, let's go with 3. It's not a piece of cake.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Perfect. All right. Let me see what you find first.
That was better than me.
Feeling around in the dark, you find a series of round holes in the walls that seem, from what you can feel, they are kind of going up, these holes in the wall. Maybe they could be handholds to get you to the top of the oubliette.
Okay, so my fiery crotch has discovered a series of holes.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I understand this.
No. Yeah. No, that fiery crotch
Seems
found all of them
accurate to
holes.
me. Seems accurate to me.
I just think it's important to clarify. As I'm finding those, like he's just kind of nervously snapping, and then like his thumb goes on fire on the last click, and he's like, "Oh,
Ah!
that's right, I can do that. Oh, that's handy."
As
Fire on hand, and you say handy.
as you light up that fire, and you guys start talking and making noise, all of a sudden you hear from a dark corner opposite of you both, "Hello?"
Ah!
And moving your fire over in that way, you find a little goblin man.
Oh no!
He says, "Hi there. My name's John.
John?
John, what are you guys up to?"
We're not. We're down to. We were up to, but then we fell down this hole.
Yeah. A lot of people fall in here. No one gets out.
I mean, somebody gets out.
Not really. And he points over to a corner and you see a big pile of bones.
I mean, but statistically, somebody would have to.
If they come and let you out, they don't do. Sometimes they open the top and they throw things at me, or other people fall in here and they help me with my hunger, like my 2 new friends, like you, I hope. Yeah, I've never gotten out. I don't think you can get out.
Why are you in the oubliette?
There are these 2 guys, a dwarf and one of those big fellas like you, and they were in front of these 2 doors, and I said, "I'm not going to choose a door." And they said, "You have to choose a door." And I said, "No, I'm choosing my own door." And they said that wasn't allowed. And they put me through a door I didn't see before. It was like it was invisible, right in the middle of the 2 doors. Pushed me right in here.
Huh. Seems rude.
Very. Hey, what's that over there? And he notices like the little holes because they're illuminated.
They're little holes.
Are there any in this little area? Are there any like roots or things that are like underground, like that we're seeing through as the light is going around this place?
No roots, but what you do see is there's a little miniature tree that sits in a pot in the corner with a little plaque that reads, "Take what you want."
I'm taking the pot. Oh no! They say plant were friendly. This is not friendly place. It's okay. You come with me. And I pick up and I just like kind of petting the tree. How big is the tree? Can I lift this pot? I'm good
Yeah,
at lifting and pushing.
Like what we would consider like a normal miniature bonsai. As you start like kind of like petting it though, a leaf falls off. When that does that, you notice that the bonsai tree is not in your hands anymore. But you do see all of a sudden where it used to be, like the wind has blown leaves kind of in a line. And as you follow that, you now see a system of roots that are going into the wall.
I think we should go that way because we want to leave.
Is there light like coming out from that way? Like, do we see anything, or is it just like they're coming out of the wall, but there's not a hole?
You're a plant dude, right? Give me a roll, and I'm gonna put this at a difficulty of 2.
All right.
Should be.
Well, I got a 1, so I'm just so upset that the tree is gone. Tree gone. I tried to save it, it go away.
Henson, it's okay. The leaves.
No.
And you see the tree roots. He's gonna like point to them. See their root where their roots. There's got to be a tree.
And your little friend John the Goblin's like, "Whoa, where'd those come from?"
From the little plant.
Where'd that come from?
Well, it was here.
Are you telling me that stuff was in here and I just sat in the corner for years?
Apparently.
That's why Goblin's stupid.
You know what, buddy? I would fight you right now if I wasn't so ready to get out of here. You're lucky.
Who say you get out?
Me, because I'm going to follow these roots. And he kind of goes over and starts digging in the wall.
I'm gonna go ahead and call out to the roots. And it starts off as a very low growl and goes into a very high pitch, like oh. And I just want one of the roots to just entangle that little bastard and like set him right back where I assume he was sitting.
Yeah.
And just keep him there.
Wraps him like kind of like bound like that. He's like, "What? Hey, put me down.
You bad goblin.
No,
you stay."
And
hey, no, let me. Hey, I don't take me with you.
We all started up, and now we're down. I thought we covered this. Maybe we didn't talk about this before, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we all came from up. Well, you're down.
Let me go and put me up.
No, you stay, you bad, you eat people. We go, follow friendly route.
It was just like 3 kids.
I walk away.
So the roots go to a wall, correct? Mm-hmm. But not a door. I'm going to inspect the wall where the roots are going.
Yeah.
If there's no door, I've got another plan.
Yeah, give me a. Are both of you guys going to inspect this?
Yeah.
All right, then we'll just do a difficulty of. We'll do a difficulty of 3 on this.
All right. 4.
Perfect. 3. All right. You can tell that there is like kind of just going about the roots, looking at them. Your fingers are able to kind of like brush away, your fingers brush away like some dirt. You're able to see not like bright daylight, but there is the faintest soft glow of some other light kind of coming through this wall along whatever path these roots travel. Handsome, you can tell that these roots probably lead into a great big tree somewhere. You can feel it in yourself. You can almost visualize it when you touch these roots, that they wind through a cavern of sorts to join with this big, magnificent tree that it looks like it's shrouded in darkness, but the top is lit up, illuminated.
I'm so incredibly excited. I just start like, we get out, you stay. And I try to get the roots to like almost like bore us.
Yeah. In
fact, way out, or like shift.
When you started laughing, the roots started kind of like jiggling as if they were laughing with you. They could sense your happiness, and they kind of spread open and pushed open like a passageway for you guys to go through. You're gonna have to duck Handsome just a little bit, and it's really craggy, and there's bits of roots hanging down here and there, and maybe you can see a little worm poke his head out and stuff like that and go back in. But yeah, you've got a long, very, very, very dimly lit, just from some natural light source way far away, tunnel to go through. But also, Crotch, I think you still have your fire finger, right? Is that something you can? Okay. Yep. All right.
Yeah, I'm
arm off and carry it like a torch so that I can get better light.
I'm crawling through. I'm like patting and thanking all the roots, also reassuring them that fire is not going to hurt them. Just, oh, thank you. You're so good. Yay, plant friendly. Thank you. Thank me. Love you. We love you.
I love it. Yeah, and as you guys work your way back, you've left John, the goblin, behind. He's still wrapped up in some roots that are just happy to hold him in place for a bit. As you guys move, you notice that behind you, the passageway is closing so that this guy probably can't follow you. You make your way into another, it almost looks like you're coming into another oubliette, but looking up, you see that this tree that's grown in the middle of this room has spread out, and its top, the top of, of all the greenery, all the leaves and stuff, it is covering all of the top of what the oubliette would be. So like what sunlight is coming through is super duper faint, but you can tell if you climb this tree, you'll be able to get right up and just kind of pop up over the top of that top bit of growth and be in daylight.
I want to ask the tree if it'll just lift us up there.
The tree, it's like it bends in the wind, and two of its branches kind of come down, almost like two hands, like asking you guys, just sit in my palm.
Tree help, we go up.
And if you sit in it, it lifts you right up, and it's almost like the branches are all kind of trying to help you up and lend a hand, and you don't even really have to climb. You're just kind of effortlessly lifted up until you're sitting on it feels like one of the most comfortable seats you've ever sat in. You're just on the top of the foliage of the tree, sunlight streaming down. You got a big 6-foot wooden pole and a white flag.
Life is good.
Life is great.
Life is good. I kiss the tree. I hug the tree. I would like to ask the tree if it knows where the flowers I'm looking for are. What direction?
Ooh. Let's make that a difficulty of 5.
Okay.
Well,
Nope.
that's happening. I reattach my arm and go and put out the.
I rolled a 2. That's a no-go on this tree.
Yeah. It shows you kind of in however the tree can communicate to you that it knows of meadows filled with flowers and other bushes with flowers on them and other flowering trees, but these are not the ones that you have specifically in your mind. These are kind of just like run-of-the-mill everyday things, not the special thing that you think will truly let the Goblin King feel handsome.
Okay. Thank you. It's okay. These special flowers in this big place. Thank you for help again. I kiss it again.
And the tree kind of gives a little shiver as if a breeze kind of just blew through it. But you kind of can tell that's the tree being like, you're all right. Thanks, buddy.
Me like tree, tree like me.
I didn't even know trees did that.
Oh, trees do lots. You just have to know how to say and hear.
Okay.
What way you go? What way you want go?
Where do I want to go?
There is you're in a large it's like those passageways in the film. You can go forward or basically you can go back, but you can tell that there is something just around the corner of where you can see where you're headed. Some new room of some sort or area.
Well, I know I don't want to go back into Oubliette.
Well, that would be going down. So if you go back in this like call, you would be, or forward, you'd be going into totally new territory.
Is there a
why am I here?
Is there a sun in this world, like up in the sky?
It's up, yeah. It's up. It's not like noon yet, so it's not all the way up, but it's not. It's after dawn enough, so you do see the full thing in the sky.
Okay. Whatever direction the sun is more so between these two, Handsome goes there.
All right.
Trees, plants like sun. Handsome follows sun.
Okay, I'll follow you. I'm sure it'll come back to me. There was something I was doing. Was I doing that with you? Were we doing a thing together?
We do thing now. We just did thing. Probably do more thing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So apparently I'm doing whatever you're doing. Yeah, I'm doing whatever you're doing.
Sometimes when you're in the labyrinth, you forget why you're there. It's part of the fun for our viewers. Okay, so following where you think the sun would be shining most, the passageway opens up into a wide open plaza. Paving stones form shoebox size to table size, covering the plaza, except for a large stone platform in the center and 4 circular areas of plain dirt. Each of these 4 areas is occupied by a mysterious large object. There is an unearthly stillness in the air. At the far end of the plaza, an archway leads further into the labyrinth. So you go into this, here, I'll see if I can see that.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what you look at. You got the 4 stone circles and then the big kind of rectangle in the middle. And they're occupied, the 4 circles are occupied by a mysterious large object. And they are just areas of plain dirt. And then there's stones littered all over this place.
I'll go.
Mysterious.
I want to go to the different things in the dirt and just try to say hello and see if they're plants. Like because when there's dirt, there's usually something growing in it. So I just go hello, hello, hello.
You're not getting any sense of a plant, but out of the corner of the eye, it's like you just saw a brick like move up and then get flipped over.
Oh, stone moves.
Where was the brick?
It would be kind of in, if we say the top, like the top of the map is like where you want to go through this plaza, then it would be on the bottom left.
Okay. I'm going to take my 6-foot pole and I'm going to, from a safe 6-foot distance, poke at one of the mysterious objects.
As you do that, you kind of maybe move it a little too much, and out comes this little weird creature of a man. He's like, and he takes the brick, moves it back into space, and then goes back down.
I was not expecting that.
No one else touch. It needs no flower, so I think we go. Would Goblin King like little man in pot?
I mean, maybe.
That make him feel handsome?
It might make him feel less hungry.
Oh, that
less
good.
Hungry is kind of the same as handsome.
That good too.
So at this point, I need you guys to let me know if you're going to be taking a step further at all through this place.
I'm going
just on the ground, or
there are push one of the other mysterious objects with the 6-foot pole before taking a step. Because now I'm wondering if all of the mysterious stones have little people under them.
Okay, as you do that, that one doesn't do anything. But as you push that, you notice all of a sudden for the first time that there's all these different kind of broken pieces of stuff all strewn throughout this plaza. There's what looks like the shell of a bus-sized giant turtle. There's a 20-foot statue of the Goblin King, 1 foot cracked. There's a crater that looks like it was made from a giant explosion. And at the bottom in that is a sword of black metal that's plunged into the ground. And there's also like a strange, large, well-stuffed sofa that you can see.
Do you think he's like the giant statue of himself?
Probably. It's very big. Don't know if it can go with us.
Yeah, it's fair. I couldn't carry it. I don't think.
I could probably carry, but it's heavy.
It probably wouldn't fit through doors well.
No. What metal thing? You want metal thing?
Sure. Oh, that metal thing.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a fork or something.
No flour here. No, Henson no need nothing.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think I need any of this.
Okay, we go?
Yeah, I guess we go.
Make me now. Actually, how are you guys going to walk across this? Are you just going to walk?
Handsome would. The little men are in their pots, so he would just stroll right on ahead.
Yeah. All right. Then give me difficulty a 5 roll.
Oh no! I roll 2 again.
As you're walking, you knock into another brick. As you do that, you knock it out of place. Smoke billows out from under this paving stone, and one of these little guys, they're known as brick keepers, comes out with a long pipe. He takes his pipe out. He's like, and then he goes back down. You're like, what? That was strange. And all of a sudden, you feel like movement underneath your feet, Handsome.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, you don't know how they managed to do this, but all of a sudden, the stones beneath you fling you forward. You are launched into the air. Since you're so big, though, you don't go very far. But this is also like a crazy experience for you because not much can knock you off your feet.
Mm-mm.
And you are kind of flung back just a few feet towards the entrance, landing on your butt. You can hear kind of high-pitched cackle then like just surge throughout the plaza, sounding like it's coming from under below.
I think that's absolutely a temper check for Handsome because they threw him and they're now laughing at him.
Okay. And how does this go again?
Can I keep my composure or am I going to lose my shit?
Okay. And do I make the roll or do you?
Whichever you would like.
You.
Okay. I'm just going to roll one of these bad boys. That's a 2. Apparently, I'm only rolling 2s.
Yeah.
Just imagine whatever roll you want me to make in difficulty. Just say I get a 2. I'm going to put that die right there. That's done with me right now. I got a 2, so I assume I lose my mind.
Yeah. How would that look?
I would probably, since I was a low roll, probably just start like lean forward and like just start like pounding on all the bricks that are around me because I think that if they're underneath them, that will probably hurt them.
Yeah.
So I'm just like with all my fists like no laugh.
Give me roll me 2 dice and let me know what number you get.
I got a 7 total, so I got the bookends. Got a 6 and a 1.
You hit like Hulk rage for like what a horned beast could do.
Oh yeah.
And you send out so much shockwaves that you're disrupting these little guys in their homes. And they all kind of get up at once and you can see them panicking. It's like chaos. It's like Godzilla just invaded their world. Good. And they're all like running. You see little moms carrying their little babies and stuff like that. as they all like stream out the far end of the plaza, just totally going away.
Do I see the guy that had the pipe?
Yeah, he pokes his
Probably
head out.
chase after him, trying to like, because he's the one that started this. The only one I recognize.
He's the last in line, and he's at the entrance, and he pokes his head out, and he's like, got his little pipe, and like, bah, 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 and he sees you, catches it, he's like, nah! And he jumps up and like literally like jumps up off his feet and like spins in the air and just scurries away.
Through that, Crotch is just like giving all the little things like a little. You did this. This is the result of your actions.
And yeah, the plaza is free of brick keepers. Handsome, we'll say you may get to all the way to the other end, the exit of the plaza, and kind of realize it's futile to keep chasing after these little guys. You can't even see them.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job, Handsome.
But
they laugh at me.
Now the plaza's clear.
Anymore.
And there are a few things that are around here. There is there was that sword of black metal that was stuck in that crater. There's also, there was that statue of the Goblin King. There was the bust-sized giant shell of a turtle, and that well-stuffed sofa.
Can I see if anything is in the shell of the turtle?
No, in fact, like the way the shell is set up, it's like you walking kind of into it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. No flowers still.
No flowers. I'm gonna go see if I can grab the sword.
Yeah. In fact, you can pull it out of the ground with no problem. It's completely blunted, no sharpness to it. Are you wearing any metal on you?
Nope.
Okay.
I am naked as the day is long.
As you pull it out, though, you notice that there's like kind of some little like bibbles and bobble trinkets, like maybe a necklace or a ring or something, and they move towards the sword and stick to it. This thing is basically a magnet.
Oh.
Okay, that seems handy.
How that do?
Magnets, how do they work?
How work?
Magic.
And if you guys
that's why
on?
they call it magnetism.
Magnetism.
I'm pretty sure that's
magnetism.
Magnetism.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I will definitely move on now that he has his fun sword that can pull things.
Perfection. We will go to this scene. All right, so you guys move out of the plaza. You are now in a long passageway. It's littered with fuses, kegs of gunpowder, sticks of dynamite. You see a crew of 5 goblins scurrying about, tossing explosives to one another and attaching them to the walls and the floor. All of these guys are carrying lit torches. If they see you at the far end of this passage, kind of like, and go about like tossing each other like dynamite again and planting it all over the place.
All right. Well, if it's one thing my fiery crotch enjoys, it's going into a tunnel. So I'm just gonna keep going for it. I'm gonna walk up to the goblins and be like, "Hey, what you doing?"
Oh, we're gonna blow this place up.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, it is.
What,
you know us goblins.
Why are you blowing it up? Is there a reason? Is it like a public works?
Oh yeah. The Goblin King said we need to renovate, so we're just gonna blow this up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna blow it up from the end of the tunnel that we just came from, or the one that we're headed towards?
And are we gonna blow this up at the end of the tunnel? And they're like, no, just right here. Oh no, we're just gonna stand right here and blow it up.
Huh.
That'll probably hurt.
And you see one of the far goblins, kind of at the almost opposite end of the tunnel, he's kind of heard what you guys are talking about, and he sees that you're like, what? He's like, check this out! And he walks right up to one of the pieces of dynamite in the wall, hits his torch to it, and just stands there with this pleasant, like, smile on his face as it explodes and just rockets him into the next wall. He falls down a slump, gets himself up, and is like, no problem.
That I like how you guys roll. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's pretty metal. Whatever metal is.
Goblin King like boom?
Goblins like boom.
King no like boom.
King do not know about it.
What? You
He
say King say you do.
Yeah, I mean, we could be like all those other jabronis and, get hammers out and stuff like that. We're going to blow it up because it's the fun thing to do. And everyone's like, fun!
All right. Okay. I have an idea. And I'm going to gesture Henson to go, like, further down the tunnel.
Yeah, I don't
Before I do that, I'm going to go, what's at the other end of the tunnel?
The other end of the tunnel is... It's just going to go further off. But you can kind of get the idea that if these guys set this, all these things off, you could very well be trapped, and you don't know if you're as hardy as a goblin when it comes to withstanding an explosion. So yeah, you can see that this is, you need to get through here. But although you can always go back too, that's always an option if you guys do want to do that.
No, I think we can go through here, goblin dudes.
Yeah,
I have a great idea.
uh-huh.
I think you could be down for it. Henson, if you just want to move down a little bit, down that way. What if, because like right now you're kind of doing one stick at a time. Check it out. And he does the like finger light thing. He goes, okay, so this is my idea. You guys put like, instead of a little bit here, a little bit there, because that was cool, but it didn't really bring the tunnel down, right? So fun, but not exactly getting the job done. Like at that rate, somebody is going to see you guys and be like, where are your shovels? And you won't be able to go, why do we need shovels? The tunnel's already collapsed. But hear me out. If you put all the dynamite in one place, and then all of you could huddle around it, if one stick is fun, think of how much fun all of the sticks would be. And because you're all there, if you had like a really long wick, I could light it for you.
Everyone's getting there. Yeah, all right. And they all start going back and getting all the explosives they had placed in the wall and stuff, and they're putting it in a big pile. They're all starting to lay on it and like are kind of like looking around the side like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be good. And they're like, okay, we're ready.
All right. Just out of curiosity, have any of you ever seen the movie Akira?
What's a movie?
Yeah. Okay, so you're not aware of like when Tetsuo's in the hospital and like there are the security guards in the hallway. You no idea, right? Perfect. You're gonna love this. And he's gonna like wind back the wick as far as it goes, light it, and then he's gonna kind of nudge Henson and start trucking down the tunnel as quickly as possible.
All right.
He's gonna lean over to Henson and be like, "This will not work out well for them."
Goblin King doesn't like boom, so Henson there's nothing here to help them.
Yeah, just let me know when you're gonna set that boom off.
Oh, I lit the fuse and we're trucking.
All right. The first set of stuff that goes off are poppers, and they shoot dozens of marble-sized explosives in every direction. Then they blow up after a little small delay. These go off first, and the goblins are like acting like they're being tickled. They're like, As you see them basically like laying in what looks like a bed of Roman candles going off between them. You can only see vague outlines, but they look like they're having the time of their life. Then the dasers go off. These are white flashes that leave everyone blind for the next 5 minutes. They're treating this like ecstasy. They're like, oh, yeah. Last is the thumpers. And these set off shockwaves that shake the ground. And for this, I want you guys to roll me difficulty 4, each of you.
5.
Oh, what? Add +2 because you went through Loma's door.
7.
6.
Boom. All right. You guys are not knocked on your feet at all. And you are able to make through unscathed. Looking back, you can see these guys have just had the time of their life. They're all blackened with soot, probably having a lot of pretty horrible burns, but it just feels like they just got out of a massage. And with that, they're kind of like, oh, see you later. Bye. And we'll move to the next scene.
Goblin's stupid. So stupid.
I mean,
And
fun.
as you guys leave that area, the sound of their laughter fades, but all of a sudden, the sound of new raucous laughter echoes through the stone corridors. As you follow these voices, you emerge into an open courtyard filled with what appears to be an army encampment. Goblins lounge about. Some are fighting, some are gambling, rolling dice, among a cluster of stripped, crooked tents. At the north end of this courtyard, you guys are at the south. The passage continuing on is blocked by a spiked barricade guarded by 2 goblins.
I'll head towards the barricade and just be like,
Yeah,
hey,
I'll follow.
What's up, you guys? How come you're not in the tunnel blowing things up with your...
These goblins, they look a little tense when you come in and start talking to them. One of them grabs a little horn and blows. All of a sudden, goblins start coming out of the tents, and they're all kind of putting on this goblin army gear.
Yeah,
And they're like, who are you?
What's all that about? Are we in danger?
Who are you? You're not Goblin Army.
What?
No, we go through Goblin Army, go find Goblin King, bring present.
Yeah.
We hear he's sad.
It's Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't want the Goblin King to not get his gift. What was your name?
Charles.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if he was like, wait, I didn't get my gift because of Charles?
You make Goblin King less handsome, he'd be more sad.
Well, and I'd worry about angry. He's not always the most forgiving person.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
Hey, what's up? What's this?
To help you donate.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I think your parents are here.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they want me to get this to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, buddy. All right. Okay. Yeah. 1 second. My parents just showed up. I'm just going to say hi to them.
That's
quick.
fine. Yeah, go for it.
My son wants to donate. So.
Aww.
Right.
Get the drawn, Firecrotch.
Ooh, yeah. I'll be back. 1 second, guys.
All right, awesome. I think we got these goblins on the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think, one way or another, I think we can either bluff them with Goblin King repercussions or just, armying is not exactly fun. But it is fun blowing things up in a tunnel.
It is. If they heard the laughter, that might be something. And worst case scenario, I got a mighty rage for goblins.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason I got all these vines braided into my fur.
All right.
So we're good. We're good. I got plans for these vines.
And I have a sword.
You do. You have. Oh, that's great. You have the magnetic sword. You just throw that in the middle of the courtyard. and they're all just in a big old clump. Activate that bad boy.
We'll be fine.
It'll be like Star-Lord and Guardians. We're fine. We got
Yeah,
this.
I don't even think you can kill a fiery.
I don't. You know what? The proof has never been given that their lives could be ended.
There's no part that can't be removed.
Yeah. What if that part is destroyed? Does it grow back? Can it be destroyed?
I think I would just lose it if it.
I think, yeah, that'd be it.
There is the guidance that says if you leave some of your parts behind,
Oh, they're just
they will
gonzo.
not come back to you.
Can you steal parts from other fireys to replace your lost parts?
I mean, there is a rule that you cannot throw another fiery's head.
Well, just don't lose your head. We'll be fine. You know, if your head comes off, I'll just carry it around.
Yeah.
For safekeeping. I'll tie it into my fur, and we'll be fine.
It's a solid.
If we find some other arms and legs and things, we'll just create you a new body, a better body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally fine. It's covered.
All of your appendages will be different sizes. You can get like a really buff right arm. Yeah, it'll be fine. Be great.
All right. Okay, so you're in this goblin encampment. You're telling Charles that you guys.
So while Charles is kind of stewing over Goblin King repercussions, I'm going to turn to the other assembled goblins and be like, right, guys? I mean, can you imagine the response the Goblin King would have if he found out Charles is the reason he didn't get his Christmas gift? I mean, who?
They all kind of like, they all like look among each other, and then you see them noticeably kind of take a step back from where Charles is, and like are
anyway,
like,
Charles, you were blowing the horn. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I lose my train of thought sometimes. What was it you were saying to us?
and Charles is looking at you. He's looking at the horn. He's looking at all the other goblins who are now giving him kind of like a, you sure about that, buddy? And he's like, I guess I was doing nothing.
I mean, that's solid arming.
You guys can go.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I think the Goblin King is going to be super excited about you, Charles. I think he might even get you a gift.
And you see, he kind of straightens up a bit, like, I did good here. All right. And give me, I want this is going to be like a search roll with a difficulty of only 2. Yeah.
Am I rolling this as well?
Anyone who wants to roll.
Oh, cool. I got a 2.
All right.
Woohoo! I got 2.
You noticed.
I got half of that.
Oh, man.
I figured. It's the same as my tree that will forever be lost.
Oh, a 1. What should I? For now, it's just usually it's like the book's like do something extra to them when they roll a 1. I'm like, I don't know. but Handsome. Being a horned beast, you can kind of sense. Wait a second. Is there another beast around? Of some sort? And you see, sitting in a cage, kind of obscured by some of the tents, you didn't notice it before, there is a blue, hairy blob. Just this big blue, hairy blob. A blob that's blue with hair on it.
Uh-oh. What there? Why wouldn't cage? Who that?
That's Blobby.
Who's Blob?
He's kind of my horse.
Why keep in cage if he like being with you?
He doesn't like being my horse. That's the thing.
Oh, well then you let him go.
But he's my horse.
You let him go.
Oh,
I let him go. And he goes over, and it's a super basic cage, and flips it up. Once he does that, this blob just goes nuts, and it's like almost looks like it's like a bucking bronco or like a jumping bean sort of thing. and it's kind of flinging its weight into the goblins, knocking them down one by one. It's not really hitting them or like hurting them so much, but it is just like giving them a good like drubbing. Like,
I'm gonna try to get its attention by like fire finger.
It kind of what you would assume would be this thing's maybe face or head or whatever. It's all kind of nondescript. One end of it kind of loops around to like kind of focus on you, it seems. And almost like a little happy puppy, it kind of makes its way over to you. You notice as it's doing this, like things like the goblins had dropped and stuff that it's crawling over are getting like sucked up into it. So it's got some spears inside it, maybe a helmet, maybe there's like some dice that the goblins were rolling. And it comes right up to you, and in what almost you could think of was like a paw, a little bit of something kind of goops off of it and kind of lays out in front of you like it's like, hi.
I'm gonna, yeah, hi. How are? Probably better to be out of the cage.
Yeah.
Good day.
This thing can tell all the kind of good and positive vibes they're putting out there. And it does like a little, from somewhere inside, there's this little like light display it does that kind of like shimmers across. You can interpret this as kind of a friendly gesture.
I just want to give you a choice. Clearly, you haven't had much of those recently. We're going to go through this gate and head on about our merry way. Thanks to Charles.
Charles is laying like prone on the ground, and he lifts one finger.
Yeah. So you're welcome to come with Henson and I on our way, or I guess an option would be staying here with the Goblin Army. You could do that if you wanted to. Or, I'm sure there's like a third or a fourth option, whatever you can think of. You do you.
And all of a sudden it kind of starts like a little dog when it chases its tail. It's doing that. It's going like around and around. And then it like gloops down, like makes itself thin, kind of squeezes between your legs crotch. And then kind of like almost then like expands. And you can tell this thing is putting itself under you to prop you up as its rider.
Oh,
good Blobby. Good Blobby.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
Oh, good Blobby.
I'm so glad you've decided to go with us.
And you see that little bit of a light display again. And like it's covered in all this kind of like soft little hair, almost like stubble in a way. And you can feel that kind of like stand up on end, like, yeah, it's excited, it's ready to go.
I want to take a couple of my flowers off of my crown and just put it where I would imagine Blobby's like, on the sides of its head would be.
Yeah.
And say, here, you look more handsome with these.
I like it.
You look good.
Crotch,
we get this. If we make handsome, we give to Goblin King. This handsome gift. Make him handsome. Make him happy.
Are we? Oh yeah, that's right. We're getting a gift for Goblin. If it wasn't, I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. And as he says that, he takes his head off and goes, and he rotates the face back towards his body. He's like, oh, well. I shouldn't just put this down anywhere. He's going to put it back on and be like, okay. Henson, do you want to open the gate so we can proceed?
Yeah, and so the two guards, who are blocking this gate at the far end, they've been obviously, pummeled by Blobby, and you are able to just push this spiked barricade aside, no problem. You enter a corridor, and it looks like this one doesn't seem to have any twists and turns. It almost looks like you're going to a fixed destination. And the corridor ends with an enormous keyhole, large enough to crawl inside. Beside it, on the ground, in this little tiny room you are now entering, lies the key, a colossal piece of solid brass, and it looks like that.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
key going hole. Key
Yep,
go there?
that seems to be the case.
Okay, I go to lift the key and put it in the hole because I at least know what that is, and I'm real good at lifting and pushing. If that says anything.
And I mean, I'll help.
Yeah, yeah. I need to check
I
something.
mean, Blobby
quick.
would help too, I would imagine.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I'll say that you guys definitely between you have at least the strength of 10 people, which is what it says is required to lift this. Okay, so you lift the key up. You notice that the teeth of the key are made of two distinctive shapes of your choice. And Handsome, roll me both your dice and give me what number you get. And Crotch, I'll ask the same of you.
6. Why'd I grab that one again? That was the low one. Get out of here, dice.
Crotch, what'd you get?
I got a 1.
A 1. All right.
Hmm?
So the two
You can tell Christy joined us.
the two distinctive shapes of the keys of the teeth of the key. The first is an A shape. The next one is it's shaped like a B, but with the flat side down.
Oh. Okay.
Looking at the keyhole is set in a cylinder, and turning the cylinder will unlock this wall at the end of the passage. You see, looking in, maybe even Crotch, you might be able to kind of crawl, and you're a little bit more slight than Handsome. You will notice that there's about a set of 50 tumblers in this long keyhole. And they're running in a line about 2 feet long, each of which must be pushed up to exactly the right height before the cylinder can turn. Usually, the teeth of the key align all the tumblers automatically, but the key is so heavy that you guys are gonna need to find a way to, like, I don't know, really, I don't know. It's gonna be a bit of a tough time jamming this thing in there, even though you can lift it up.
And you said I would fit in the keyhole.
Yeah, you could. You definitely could fit in. And actually,
I have an idea.
looking at the key, you do notice that 3 out of the 50, 3 out of the 50 what would unlock 3 of those pieces for the tumblers are missing on the key.
Oh, well, that's problematic. Okay. He's gonna slap the back of his head so that one eye pops out, and he's gonna hand it to Handsome, and he's gonna be like, "Okay, big guy. All I need you to do is point this at the teeth of the key, and just hold it there, so I can see which ones are which, because I won't remember them. And then I'll go in there and I'll move the tumblers to match what it would be if the key was in there. And then we can just open the door without the key.
Yeah, give me a difficulty 4 roll. It's not that hard.
I rolled a 4.
Boom. All right. You're able to figure this out, and you are able to hit the tumblers needed to make this keyhole open up. You are going into next. It opens up onto this big kind of another courtyard. Inside of it, you see two strange guards that bar the way through an ornate door in the wall. Each guard holds a shield in front of them with a head protruding from above and below it. Answer our riddle, traveler, one says. If you answer rightly, the door will lead to the castle at the center of the labyrinth. If not, says the other, it leads to certain death. Boom, 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 boom.
One second. Hanson, if you wouldn't mind, could I have my eye back?
Please, yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You did a great job with that, by the way.
Okay.
You're more than handsome. You're handy. He's gonna like give it a quick brush off, and
there's so much hair on it.
Yeah, and he's gonna do like in through the mouth.
Oh God!
And then he's gonna do like the farmer hanky where he goes, and then like pop, and it'll be back in his eye socket.
That's great. That's great.
Is there anything else in this courtyard other than the two shield gentlemen?
Yes. No, there isn't actually. I just a note is the two, and maybe through conversation like with these guys introducing yourselves, they may have given this. We can say this did happen. We're just kind of going back and Tarantinoing it. The heads of the top two guards are called Alf and Ralph. The bottom two heads are Jim and Tim.
Okay. So one goes to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And the other goes to
certain death.
Certain death. Like guaranteed death, they're like high probability death.
At this point, Jim and Tim look at each other and their heads kind of pop back up behind the shields. You hear they both pop down. They're like, just certain death.
What we answer?
A riddle. Do you want the riddle?
Do either of the doors go to Jennifer Connelly?
All four heads disappear behind the shields, and you they all pop up and in unison. Maybe.
Is Jennifer Connelly death?
I wouldn't think so.
Oh, but it's either castle or something else. They say death, so Connelly is death.
I can't argue with your reasoning. What's the riddle?
Oh, well. Until I am measured, I am not known. Yet how you miss me when I have flown.
I had to think no.
What? You think no?
I think Hanson think no.
Oh, well.
No answer. Answer Hanson no. Hanson think no.
Yeah. What you got?
Crotch.
Yeah.
Hanson think riddle time.
You think it's time?
Hanson think time.
All right, I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't know what you can't measure.
And they're Alf, Ralph, Jim, and Tim are all like, they groan as soon as you say time, and they're like, and Alf and Ralph are like, we told you it was too easy. We told you. And then Jim and Tim are like, another riddle.
Oh no! No! We go castle. We go castle.
You don't want to
another
break
riddle must be answered.
You don't want to break it with Hanson.
So they lied to Hanson.
I guess so.
That's it. He doesn't like lies. He's composure roll.
Do it.
Crotch is going to look at
Okay.
him and be like, I tried to warn you, fellas. And then he's going
I
to
got
turn
it.
to Henson.
So I got a
And he's
6. So
gonna go,
I think he reins it in.
Oh,
I think a 6 is like he's under control. A 1 is not
total
good.
devastation.
Is total devastation. He just say 1, 2, 6, 4.
Hey, Handsome.
What?
Jim, Tim, Alf, and Ralph. While
Yes?
you were doing your count, they all said they hate plants, especially flowers.
What? Do that again. That's a 1. That's a 1. Handsome immediately grabs the top heads are Alf and Ralph.
Mhm.
Both heads, one in each hand, and just tries to slam them together as hard as he can.
Yeah, Elf and Ralph fall into a little bit of a clump. You see that these guys were on the bottom. Jim and Tim were doing a handstand, and basically Elf and Ralph were sitting on their little butts and feet and stuff as they were just doing this weird, complicated thing.
Yeah.
So those two fall over. Jim and Tim, they also kind of come down in a heap since their top halves essentially fell down.
Yeah.
They're like, "What was that for?"
So did the shield go clanking down as well?
Shield, yeah, the shields are now kind of like laying on top of them.
The shield is going to be picked up, one in each hand as well, and I'm going to like threaten to smush them like jelly. Say, open door!
And everyone, they look at each other and they kind of like wordlessly make an agreement, and they point directly behind them, and a door appears in the wall all of a sudden.
Crotch is gonna like during the rage.
This is not the ornate door that was originally there.
Okay. He walks back to Blobby during the rage, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I don't know what they were thinking, not keeping their deal. We'll just. Oh, it's done. Come on." And as they go, he's just gonna look at the four of them and go, "So you saw how your deal breaking went last time. I tried to warn you. Little handsome, very, but also a bit of a temper." So I just want to point out that the four of you will go through whatever door we go through.
I was on the same wavelength. I was going to scoop them all up. Like, you go too. You go too.
So I love the magically appearing door. I think it's great. I think it's a nice touch. Just know, if it's the certain death door, you guys go first. If it's the castle door, you go first. If it's the Jennifer Connelly door, you go first.
They all do a noticeable gulp. They all get up, brush themselves off.
So we're going through the middle magic door?
The magic door. And one of them comes and touches it, and it just kind of opens up this big kind of slabby door. It's complete darkness inside. You can't see. They all look back at you and kind of reluctantly, knowing that they're just going to get put in a paste if they don't do this. They, one by one, step into the darkness.
Does anything bad happen as they step into the darkness?
You don't hear anything. You don't see anything.
I'm going to go ahead and do the little finger lighter. And then I'm going to pop my arm off and hold it in to kind of light up the room before I step through.
You go in and you can feel like, you can tell you're in a space. You can't really see the walls or the ceiling, but you kind of get that feeling of like, okay, I know I'm in a corridor of some sort. As you walk step by step, you can see a little bit better. You're just in this very nondescript kind of stone hallway, no light, but just the faintest bit of glow. All of a sudden before you, you see what looks like kind of like really kind of gauzy curtains that are in front of you. And beyond that, what looks like a direct source of light, it looks like almost like light beams stacked on each other.
To get more light, the hand that I'm holding up, since the thumb is lit, is just going to do this to light the other fingers.
Okay, yeah.
So now I have more of a torch than a lighter.
You can see past the gauze, and it looks like two white doors that have these weird, like, kind of like long portholes almost, or something like that, or eye hole.
Are Alf, Ralph, Jim, and Tim still there? Have they?
They are kind of just they look like they don't want to go through this door. They're beyond the gauze kind of draperies, but they're just milling about, like looking at you guys nervously.
Well, go on.
Go to castle.
I mean, we told you you go first.
Go to castle.
No, and they open it up, and light floods in, and they step out into the light. You can't see yet exactly.
Crotch, give eye.
Good idea.
Crotch, give eye.
I'm gonna do the farmer hanky again, because I don't have two free hands. So I'm just gonna like
no handsome help.
Farmer hanky it back and then spit it into my hand, and then hand it to him. Here you go.
I just throw it into the light.
You throw it into the light. You see, it's in this beautiful, beautiful white room. There's a beautiful plump bed in this room that's got white linens and this beautiful headboard on it. Looking around, it seems foreign to you as a person of the Labyrinth, but this is someone's bedroom. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. You see Alf, Ralph, Jim, and Tim. They scurry out a door that leads into a hallway. It looks like there's like weird purple grass or something in this hallway. You've never seen anything like this before. All of a sudden, a door opens at the far end of this other room. Steam kind of pours out of it, and a human woman in a robe and with her hair up in a towel is coming out and saying, "I don't know why they want to do a sequel to Top Gun this long later. What's the point?"
What's C, Crosh? What's C?
Perfect. Goblin King's gift. Come on, you gotta hurry.
Flower, and I just run. Just run.
Jennifer Connelly has been on the phone with her agent. She just got out of the shower. It's been a long day. She and Paul Bettany have had a long day of reining in the kids. And he's busy at work right now working on his Vision, upcoming Vision series.
Which is a coincidence, since I'm in her bedroom working on my Vision.
So, yeah. So she comes out and she's on the phone. She's like, "I'm not sure I should take this role for Top Gun Maverick. I mean, Tom seems like a nice enough fellow, but really, do people want to, you know?" And as she's about to be like, "Do people really want a sequel?" Her closet explodes as a big hairy monster, unlike anything she's ever seen, comes charging through.
Flowers!
Right behind him, I have spread my legs akimbo so that Blobby could come up beneath, scoop me up, and run after.
Yeah.
So right behind him is Fiery Crotch, the Fiery the Crotch.
Yeah.
Just astride Blobby into her room.
She is in full-on panic. In her mind, she's like, "I gotta get Paul. I gotta get Paul." She can't even form. She's just screaming in pure terror at. That makes her scream even more. She drops the phone. She's back against the wall.
Crotch, you say flower. Crotch, you say flower.
Yeah, I mean, she's like a flower, right? Because she's pretty.
She can manage outside of her screams is, "Oh my God! Oh my God!"
Hold on. No, none of us is that. Just real quick. If everybody could just look around and find my eye. Two's better than one.
I find it and I pick it up and hand it to Crotch with its all kinds of hair on it again. Still,
Thanks.
I can't help it.
No,
And-
it happens. I mean, it was rolling on the floor. It picked up God knows what. He's gonna smack it in through his ear and then out his eyeball. He's gonna be like, "Okay, that's better. Seen in stereo once again." Hey, so
Crotch,
That's good.
nowhere said we go. You said flower.
yeah, because she's like a flower.
You
like
lie,
those-
handsome.
And
Yeah, like-
Jennifer has stopped screaming at this point. She is now just completely bewildered that this giant beast in what looks like a Muppet on crack riding a weird blue like ooze ball are all of a sudden speaking perfect fluent English and talking about finding an eye. And also she witnessed you. Boop.
Yeah.
Can I just say that Handsome was lied to once again by what he thought was his friend
no.
Crotch.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
That makes him angry, doesn't it?
It's one of those.
It could. Just say the word, and I'll drop this.
If you're feeling lied to.
Oh, okay. Let's see what Crotch says. Crotch, make it better. Let's see what he says.
It's like one of those metaphor things when you say like something is like something else. It's not a lie. It's a comparison. Something shiny being like the sun, like it because it's shiny, like it's a comparison, right? Don't you think the nice lady is pretty? I mean,
Oh, he's turning it back around on Handsome. So I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as probably when you say, "Don't you think the nice lady is pretty?" It's like Ratatouille, where just like the camera goes straight into his eye, and he goes back, and he's being made fun of because he's a beast and all this stuff, and he feels the pain that she wants to hear that she's pretty too. He doesn't want to hurt her feelings. He knows what that feels like, and so it comes back into him, and he's just kind of standing aghast, and all of his anger goes away. And he finally looks at this woman for the first time, and even though she's kind of scared, she is very pretty.
Yeah, like flowers are pretty, right?
Flower pretty.
And she's
Lady pretty.
so she's like a flower.
Crotch, lady scared?
I mean, maybe a little upset. Are you scared or are you upset? It's a good question. We weren't really shooting for either.
Oh, lady scared. Handsome scared lady.
Oh, you're okay. Handsome, I tell you what, she just doesn't know us yet. Friends she hasn't met. Oh, look at
this. He's just sobbing.
Big Hollywood actress making
Handsome, make me a roll.
Okay.
With one of your dice.
4.
Jennifer, she sees this big, what's basically a big kind of puppy dog guy, just sobbing. And all of a sudden, all the fear is washed away and her maternal instincts kick in. And she comes up and putting a hand on your shoulder. She's like, there. You didn't scare me that bad.
yeah, he was so sensitive.
You got a name, big guy?
Hi, Handsome.
Hi, Handsome. I'm Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
What are you doing here, buddy?
We try to find flower for King. We go through maze and Crotch say the flower here, and then I scare lady. I scare Jennifer. I scare you.
She goes and grabs a full-on bath towel and hands it up to you as a handkerchief. Here, for your nose.
Oh, it's just the biggest and he pulls it away. It like strings away from his nose.
She kind of looks at it like she's glad she gave it to you, but also she's a little bit disgusted.
You can keep that.
Yeah, she just kind of like, ooh. Drops
Yeah,
it.
I absolutely like two-fisted hand it back to her like an offering.
She's like, you feeling any better now?
A little better.
Uh, what are you?
I
Both of you. 3 of you. What are you?
handsome.
Yeah, he's handsome. I'm Crotch. This is Blobby.
What? Your name? Crunch?
Crotch.
Are you sure?
No,
Yeah.
he named Crotch. He
Oh,
Crotch.
Well, where I come from, that means something. Maybe,
I mean, it means something where I come from. It means me.
absolutely. You're Crotch. Okay, Crotch, you are. Hello, Crotch. Hello, handsome. What's this thing?
This is Blobby. He's
Hi.
Blobby good. Blobby also handsome. And he points to the flowers that are inside Blobby.
Oh yeah, Blobby, you are very, very handsome. And you can see Blobby do the shimmering light display.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Our king, hell of a nice guy. You'd love him. It's the Yuletide season. You know, Christmas is for everybody. You probably like Christmas. Do you like Christmas? The holidays?
Oh yeah, yeah. We Christmas in England with my husband's family.
Yeah, like what kind of a monster wouldn't like Christmas? So he's in a bit of a state.
Your king?
Yeah. He's
Oh,
a
no,
little.
what happened?
He's a little upset. So he had a child and a lovely woman.
Oh, they die?
They dead? Oh!
Oh, no, big
Yeah.
fella. I was asking if they died. I don't think they are.
You can understand how sad it is.
Wait, they did?
I just immediately tears again. Just, ah!
He's gonna like do the back rub on Handsome a little bit. Like
I thought they'd just go. They die?
we all say
It's so sad.
yep, they are gone. Yep, it's terrible. Anyway, we were trying to think of like what could we get him for Christmas that might lift his spirits.
I have just the thing. It just came in my head. Hold on. And she runs over to her bedside table. She comes back with a book. Chicken Soup for the Soul. This helped me.
I love that idea. That's fantastic.
Handsome grabs it and smells it. And he's like, no, smell like soup. You say soup.
Oh, yeah, honey. It's not real soup. It's a book that it nourishes you on the inside.
He eats the book. Handsome still feel the same. Handsome still sad because people die. Book don't work.
It's tragic.
You read them.
Literature is interpretive. Give it some time. After a while, the book may come to mean something to you. Give it a little bit of time, fella.
You need book back may take a little bit.
I don't think we need the book back. It's fine.
Okay.
What I was actually thinking,
My son just came and knocked on the door and said, "Be quiet." Sorry, buddy. I will try not to be loud. Okay. Bye. Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. Apparently my wife is trying to take a nap. Oops, a daisy. You know what? Sometimes you get sad when you hear people die, and sometimes you gotta eat a book.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's not my fault. It's all
Didn't
right.
mean it. Sorry. Okay.
But my 5-year-old comes in, he knocks, which is, polite. And this is what comes around. He goes, "Be quiet." I was like, "Oh, sorry, kid."
As it turns out, you are the spitting image of her. And so we were thinking you could visit him, say hi, how you doing? Maybe lift his spirits a little bit.
I'm sorry, if I look just like her and she's dead, wouldn't that upset him?
No, I think it would make him feel closer to her. And maybe give him like a chance to say goodbye. Get a little closet.
Give me
Or what's the thing people say? The thing that ends, not closet, can't be closet. The thing you do so that you can move on.
Walk.
closure.
Yes, one of those.
Okay. And now I'd like you guys to give me a difficulty 5 roll.
5.
All right.
I'm using these dice from now on.
This she thinks it over, and against all her better judgment, she's like, well, it's the Christmas season, I guess, and no one wants to be, alone and lonely, and I guess maybe, if I looked like this woman, maybe I guess I could come spend a little bit of time with your king.
They're back in a jiff.
I can come back, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Like what? Who do
and-
you think we are? I mean, like you'd be trapped in another dimension for the rest of your. No. This is just to brighten up the holiday for a person in pain.
Well, since in my mind you already succeeded and won me over, I will go, despite what you just laid on me there.
Roll again, damn it. Are there any since I've come up just with nothing for my gift, are there any flowers in this?
Yeah,
in this
she's
weird
got
world?
like a kind of a vanity with a nice vase of pink roses in it.
All right. I will say that since this is a new world, Handsome has never seen flowers like this before. So
Okay.
as soon as he like gets everything and then they come to, he's just he like gets up and goes over and he's almost starts crying again. He's just like putting his hands around them, not knowing if he should touch them. And I was like, so pretty, so beautiful.
And
What?
when you touch these flowers, they've never ever encountered a creature in this world that is in tune to things like you are. So you almost see them like open up and rebloom in a way.
Oh, these perfect. Yennefer, Handsome have these pretty strange new beautiful plant.
The roses, yeah, they're all yours. I can get more at Ralph's.
No, Ralph bad. Ralph lie to Handsome.
Yep.
Oh my God, Alf and Ralph! I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking about the chain.
Go on.
Is that gonna anger you again? Thinking about that liar, Ralph?
I mean, you know Ralph?
Yeah, he's well, not person, but there's Ralph's stores are all over supermarkets.
It might be a different Ralph.
Oh, no go, Ralph. Ralph bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if we're talking
Ralph
about Ray
bad.
Fiennes, yeah, he's bad.
Good thing he's not here now. No, it's just us and
Ralph fine. No.
Jennifer
He-
Connelly.
Handsome no fine. Rafe. No
Yeah.
Ralph.
Yeah, no.
I know a Ralph, but he makes everyone call him Rafe. He's unpleasant.
Oh, that Ralph probably bad too. Oh, Ralph bad.
Yeah, I've never met a good Ralph. But we should be going. And I'm pretty sure there's a door right over here we can use to get one step closer to Jared. You're gonna love him. He's great.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Just a few hours, you say, right?
Oh, if that.
Okay.
Darren back in a jiff.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
Perfect.
these are handsome. The roses are Handsome's like prized possession now. He's like so incredibly delicate, like almost cradling them.
Yeah. I dig that. I dig that a
Yeah.
lot. All right. So you guys lead Jennifer, and she's willing. She goes through the
Consent is
It's
important.
consensual. It's
Yes.
consensual following.
Goes through the closet portal with you guys. As you are coming out, the hallway that you were in turns like kind of naturally back into like the corridors of the labyrinth itself, although it looks a little different now. As you're going through, what you notice is stone is giving away to more and more kind of like hedgerow foliage, and until all the stone is gone and you can just see you're walking in a hedgerow, in a hedge maze. As you walk a little further and turn a few corners, all of a sudden you come out into a bit of a plaza where in front of a huge sundial, an old man with a hat shaped like a chicken sits sleeping. When you approach him, he starts to like, oh, hey, I didn't see you there. And kind of almost falls asleep again. And the hat speaks up, you'd better ask something quick. He doesn't stay asleep for long.
Which way to the castle?
The wise man is still asleep. But
I mean,
almost. It's.
can I just ask the chicken hat?
Sure. The chicken hat's like, I don't know, and then he goes and kind of pecks between the eyes of the old man. He's like, oh, stop that.
We're trying to get to the. Do you know the way to the castle?
Oh, yes. When I was a lad, I once was by the castle, and I whistled so loud that all the birds would try to attack me. Horrible creatures. In fact, I made one this hat. He's like, yes, yes. So that's what I know of the castle.
And how would we get there?
Oh. Once when I was young, I bought boots. And they went on my feet, and I walked. And I walked to the castle, where the birds attacked me.
Yeah. Which way was that? Okay. All right.
And the bird's like, sorry, no use.
All right.
Castle nearby? Bird fly, bird see castle in sky?
If you want to get out of here, all you've got to do is get into that pot. And you look and see that there is a large kind of cauldron that's sitting kind of out of sight behind the sundial.
And this is just like the hedge maze, like there are no other exits. It's just kind of like
There are 5 kind of little hallways, I guess, for lack of a better term, that kind of go off from this main plaza, and then directly behind you is where you came from.
Okay.
Jennifer's like, what is?
I've got an idea. Crotch, give eye.
Do what?
Give eye.
Well, before we do that, because were you going to put my eye in the cauldron?
Oh no!
I almost made that mistake once, and I
No. Give eye. Trust Handsome. Give eye.
Well, right. And he pops his eye out and hands it to you.
I want to throw it as high as I can directly above us and see if Crotch can see in which direction the castle is.
Yeah, the castle, when you do that, the castle lies, it looks like it lies directly in the path right in front of you. You just got to walk past around this guy and keep going.
Catch it. Catch it.
I got. It just like, it fuse up there. I'm just looking up for an extended period of time. Crotch, say when see me, I get eye.
Oh, vertigo.
Oh no.
Vertigo.
And it's covered in hair again. Sorry.
He's gonna pop it back in. Only the pupil part is facing the wrong direction,
Oh.
and he has to like spin it around a couple times.
Which way, castle?
It's just on the other side. We just have to go that way.
Okay. I just walk, cradling my flowers.
Jennifer, do you want to hop up here on Blobby with me? And I mean, you could ride in comfort. You can walk if you want to, but
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll ride with you.
Blobby's
And
very accommodating.
yeah, she gets up and Blobby is totally like into her, like, yeah, you can get on my back. And she finds it very comfortable, and you can see she's kind of almost seems to be enjoying herself a little bit. So you guys move on. Going through into the next area, you are going through the hedge maze, you're making your way. All of a sudden you come to a place where there's a little alcove in the hedge maze that stands a booth. In this booth is a wizened old woman. A huge banner across the front of this booth reads, "Fortunes told, for good or ill." The moment she sees you, she starts beckoning you over. Come, sit. Do you want to know your future? Of course you do, and I can see it in the crystals.
Uh-huh. Handsome
Okay.
what no?
Although I want the one for good.
Oh, well.
I mean, we get to choose, right? Your sign implies that we get to choose a fortune for good or a fortune for ill. And I want the good one.
Well, it doesn't work like that. I pick out a bunch, and one of them will be the right one, but you'll have to figure out which one it is.
No, for Pete's sakes. Okay.
Would you like me to grab the crystals?
Handsome what no if king like pretty flowers.
She picks up a crystal, and these little tiny crystal balls. And she looks into one, and she's like, I see you inside a tree. And she picks up another one.
Hang on. You say what happened. That already happened.
Mm-hmm. We're already in the tree.
Oh, that must not be the right one. I see you suddenly vanishing into darkness.
Yep, did that.
We did.
I see goblins flying into the air on fire.
Yep, check.
I see an enemy giving you a gift.
Huh?
Okay.
And how about one more? And she reaches down and she's, oh. And she lifts it up and she's like, oh. I see dwarves crowning one of you as king.
That's not what Handsome asked, though.
This is what the crystals show me.
Well, good enough. I mean, we can roll with that. I think the enemies giving us a gift may have already happened. And if one of us ends up as king of the dwarves, that doesn't sound like it would be a bad outcome.
Handsome hate dwarf.
Well, it might not be you. Like, it could be Jennifer. Jennifer, how do you feel about dwarves?
I like little people. They're fine. Worked with a few.
No,
See?
dwarf's bad. Dwarf as bad as goblin.
Yeah, he doesn't
Dwarf
get along.
mean,
Goblins?
dwarf angry.
There's goblins here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Are they evil?
They're fine.
Uh-huh.
They're fine. They're kind of like,
No, bad. Bad, hate-filled. Be mean to everyone.
you can tell them just about anything and they'll believe you.
Oh, okay. All right.
You can also make them do stupid stuff. They can be fun. But also they can be jerks. But it'll be fine.
Oh,
Everything.
jerk, big little jerk.
Yeah. All right. Well, castle's that way.
Thank you.
She puts forth a little box as if asking for payment.
I'm going to peel some of the swag that got picked up on my sword from the Goblin camp and drop it in her cup, like a ring or something like that.
I give her a flower from my daisy chain.
Ooh. Cool. Yeah. She's like, very good. Very good. Very good. Now, the castle lies this way. And when she points, the opening just comes magically into the hedge maze.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for telling us where we've been.
She's like, I don't control what they show me. But before like she can really go further in her rebuttal, the hedge closes, almost to like just like, okay, whatever, lady. You guys come through, and almost immediately you are stepping into a battlefield. Before you is this big open area that you really didn't see before when you threw the eye up. It's almost like this kind of came out of nowhere. There's a clash of arms and blaring of trumpets up ahead. An utterly chaotic, all-out brawl is taking place between two factions on an enclosed green. Combatants tumble, charge, and collide in a roiling melee that never seems to slow down. The factions
I'm gonna
are...
nudge Henson and just be like, I've heard about this. I'm pretty sure this place is called Love. But don't worry. We are strong.
This battle is dwarf gardeners, armed to the teeth with hedge clippers, shovels, and hoes, fighting red goblin knights riding mounts. They're unstoppable, but they can't see where they're going. So you've got little dwarves fighting these little goblins on these weird, crazy mounts that look like, I don't know, defeathered chickens with like a raptor head, kind of, or a Skeksis head to be better. Okay. From and they're fighting each other. The red goblins, every so often, they'll bump into each other and attack each other because their helmets are just, there's no way they can see out of them, but for some reason they are continuing to wear these. And the dwarves, you think they'd be faring better since they do have sight, but hedge clippers, shovels, and hoes aren't the best thing when these guys also kind of have pikes and stuff. So it's just this stalemate of these guys just beating each other bloody over and over again with no one really gaining an advantage.
Okay.
This bad place filled with goblins and dwarves.
And you guys are at the entrance, which is over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we closest to the dwarves or the goblins?
You are on the dwarf side.
Okay.
In the middle, which we'll call the green, the grass field is overcrowded with the two factions. And then kind of close onto the goblin side, you do see a big stone pot, reminiscent of the stone pot cauldron that the bird hat told you to jump into.
I think that bird hat was just not cool.
And
Watch
actually,
what we do. This place bad.
As you guys get a closer look, you notice that what you thought was kind of chaos, actually, there is kind of a thing that's going on here. These guys are playing capture the flag, basically, fighting over a ragged, kind of beat up white flag.
Uh-oh.
Well, where is the white flag?
It's kind of staying in the middle a little bit. You see each faction fighting over it. One maybe get like a few steps the other way before either one of their own buddies or something from the other side comes and knocks them, and then that side will come and pick up the flag, make it a few steps until boom. It's just the most like tedious little brawl right in the middle.
Okay. Is there a clear area on the dwarf side where they're trying to get the flag to?
You can kind of tell they've set up like this little bit of a barricade, and they want to get behind that. There's a couple dwarves hanging back who are kind of like, yeah, come on, make it. Oh, yeah, get it, bring it back. You can tell that maybe that they are going to be like gatekeepers of a fashion if they can get that flag back behind their barricade. And you see also the same kind of setup on the goblin side.
Okay.
This is on the block. Can you if you can just prop me up so I don't fall off of the lobby. And he's gonna pop his legs off, and he's gonna like stick them together and then take one arm and stick it on top, and he's gonna drop them on the ground, and then I'm just gonna run my hand over to the stick with the flag, grab it, and run back.
Yeah, give me.
All while being coached from a distance, even though they don't have ears. No, to the left, to the zigzag, serpentine.
Oh man. Okay, give me. I want a difficulty of 5, and roll both your dice.
Okay. Do I get to add them together?
Yes. Yeah.
Then that would be a 5.
Boom. All right. Yeah, you do this flawlessly.
As Crotch's body parts are running, I'm going. This is going to be hard for Handsome because he has to be amongst dwarves. Since we're closer to the dwarves, he's just going to like make his way through the barricade, to go to where like wherever they're trying to get this thing to go, and he's going to untie the flag he got at the beginning from his horn, and just lift it up in the air, and he's going to say, "Game over, intermission." And he's going to dwarves win. He doesn't like saying that they won, but he's basically trying to end the game.
Yeah.
For a second.
The goblins
stop the chaos.
The goblins and the dwarves see you make that big gesture with the flag, and all of a sudden everyone stops. They kind of look at each other and lunch? Yeah, lunch. Lunch break! And they all kind of go back to their separate sides.
As Crotch's body parts are running towards where I am, I'll just scoop them up and hand them back to him. Here go.
Thanks.
Can Henson have your flag?
Yeah, absolutely. Here you go.
I tie it back up onto my horn.
Nice.
Make sure it doesn't fall off. Okay, we go that way.
Yeah,
and
you can
as I'm trying not to touch any dwarves or goblins as we're making our way through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they're too busy right now with having their little bit of vittles that they don't even think to question you of like, what just happened? What are you guys doing here? They're just like, lunch, time to do it.
It's okay. Handsome was a secret weapon. They never saw him coming.
All right, and we'll move on. All right. As you guys are going through the hedge maze, the path ends at a huge hole in the ground. The entire area is a mess. Hedges uprooted, upturned, earth flung everywhere. From inside the hole, you can hear a faint humming sound in the clink of what sounds like a china plate. Clink, clink, clink.
There's no castle. We go. Yeah.
I would think so.
We have present. We go to Goblin King.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could take a minute to write some of the hedges, and because I know you like plants, and these are kind of, we could get them root in the ground so that they'd be a little bit happier if you want to take a minute for that.
Okay, and I command these plants to get their asses back in the grounds.
Yeah, they do that, and they even kind of. It looks like some of the bushes and things are using their branches as almost little brooms to sweep some of the upturned dirt back into a more pleasing sight, I guess.
All better.
Yep. See that? We just good deeds. That's our thing. Good deeds.
And as you get that done, you hear like kind of a little bit of round of laughter from many voices all of a sudden come up from that little hole. And the smell of, oh, that's some freshly baked bread right there.
I mean, you hungry, big guy?
Jennifer's like, oh, that smells really good. Are you guys hungry? And you hear her stomach go, wow.
I mean,
Oh, what that?
That was my stomach. I haven't eaten since last night.
oh well, let's
Oh
see.
no.
I'm doing a fast. Yeah.
So no eat.
Oh, I'm famished. I need to eat something right now.
Yeah.
You don't
Let's-
suppose they'd have something keto friendly here?
Oh, probably.
Who he?
Ooh.
He's a goblin. You wouldn't. Well, you might like.
No keto.
Well, it's why it's keto friendly, because he's friend. Like most goblins are not great, but keto's really friendly.
And Jennifer's
no
kind of catching
exist.
on with
He's-
Crotch, and she's like, "Yeah, he's the friendliest goblin.
Yeah,
The friendliest."
He has a bakery.
No exist. No friendly goblin.
Yeah, it's okay. We can all have our own friends, but it's fine. He's gonna have Blobby saunter over to the hole,
Mhm.
and he's just gonna kind of look over to see what he can see down in the hole, like how deep it is. And
As you go over there and look into the hole, you see like it looks pretty clean for what looks like just the regular hole in the ground. Like someone has kind of swept in there and stuff like that. There's a little bit of actually a little like a welcoming mat that's placed at the very, very bottom. And you can kind of see what looks like almost wearing clothing and a bit of a humanoid of sorts, but what looks like a giant badger serving tea to an assortment of different guests.
hello to the house.
Oh, and this is the badger. Hello, my name is Foltz. One is very pleased to meet you. I hope I can keep it that way.
We would like to keep it that way too. I'm Crotch. This is Jennifer, Blobby, and of course, Handsome.
Hi.
Good to meet you. And seated at a little tiny little tea table, you see the guests. One is a very old and important looking dwarf with a pocket watch. Another is a night troll with huge tusks and pale gold fur. Another is a tiny little worm. Another, a human boy of about 10. The old dwarf, he says, Rothwing at your service. The night troll, who's paying most attention to his food, kind of looks over his shoulder and he says, Nero. The little worm, Gladys. And the little boy, who's wearing also green lederhosen and a jaunty little cap, says, Guten Tag.
Hello to you all. We were just passing by. Why were we passing by? I think we were doing something. Anyway, we smelled the most incredible wafting fresh bread smell, and we were wondering if you would be so kind as to share. I see you've got a whole table of people. Could you fit a few more?
They also yes. And they bring Foltz brings 2 chairs to the table, and you see everyone who's sitting all of a sudden gets up and moves a space over. even though they really didn't have to. You just noticed that, though. Come. Sit.
Awesome.
Did Gunther, when he waved to us, did it have "help me" on his hand? No. Okay, just wanted to be sure. We stay.
Yeah, we'll have some refreshments and then back to the thing that.
Present. Give present.
Oh yeah,
Goblin King, get present.
Yeah, get the present. Yeah.
At this, Rothwing, who is the old dwarf, he stands up and he says, what is it you just said? You're looking for the Owl King?
No. It was. I don't think it wasn't the Owl King, was it?
No, Goblin King. He's sad. Make him handsome. Give present.
Yep.
Christmas.
Nero says, you mean the Owl King?
No.
And at this point, Nero passes food over to Otto, who is the little German-speaking human boy. And the little boy says, 9! But also while he's saying that, you see him taking some food at the same time.
No.
He must be taking 9 foods.
Well, he only have one food. He had one. Why say 9?
Oh, he's young. He might not know how to count right yet.
Oh.
And then the little boy in broken English is like, I not take 1, I take 0.
Huh?
And everyone's like looking at you like,
maybe no
did take
stay.
0.
Maybe no stay. They no make no sense.
I'm gonna try something. Do I must need to tell the truth to sit down at the table and partake.
They all kind of look at each other, and then Gladys, the little worm, turns to her left, where Rothwig, the old dwarf, is, and she's like, why don't you just sit down? Although Rothwig is already seated, but it looks like she's talking to him. But it sounds like she's talking to you.
Dwarf no tell handsome what to do.
How dare you? I won't. And then I sit down in one of the empty chairs.
And right when you sit down, everyone else stands up around you and they move another seat over.
I'm gonna stand up and move another seat over with them.
You see Foltz has a big smile on his face about this. And he brings over some food and holds it in front of you.
No, thank you. And I'm going to take all of it.
A big grin comes across his face. He's like, mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hand it back to Henson and Jennifer while saying, that was delicious.
Henson is so confused.
Foltz starts humming, just a really happy.
He takes
little
it,
badger tails.
Henson takes it, but is so confused that he doesn't know what to say. He's just flabbergasted right now.
I'm glad that's the last of the food.
And everyone starts starts chuckling at that. And Nero the Night Troll kind of claps your back as he looks over at Gladys the little worm, who's to his left. And he says, "You're getting it, all right? You're getting it."
I most definitely am not.
Hanson just grabs his head and starts to, oh, he has no idea what's going on. It's almost causing his brain pain.
And at this moment, Gladys, the little worm, kind of picks up, and she's a little worm, so she doesn't like have legs or anything. But you would get this as her standing up, and she says, "Did you say you were looking for the Owl King?"
Yes. No, I did not. I said that I was looking for the Owl King.
Well, if you want to get into the city, I suppose you could jump in that pot over there.
Always with the pots.
And she nods her head to a big, bubbling cauldron filled with what looks like soup. Boiling soup.
That seems like an excellent idea.
And she's like,
So we should definitely get into the cauldron if we were trying to get into the castle.
And
Otto,
Otto
this is becoming very tricky.
turns to you, basically, Crotch, and says something in German. And then gives a little all the while nodding at the cauldron.
Crotch we go. Everyone's speaking backwards, so he wants to ask a question, but he doesn't know how to, so it's just a very long, drawn out. It keeps getting higher and higher.
And you're still standing, right?
Oh, I have not gone down in this hole at all.
Okay. You're outside of it?
There's a
At the
dwarf
entrance?
down here.
Handing food back.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
While saying like if I couldn't eat another bite. And every once in a while I eat a little something myself. Well, clearly I am the guest who never leaves. So I will bid you all a sit here with me until the end of time. And we'll never go anywhere else again. And with that, he's going to stand up and step away from the table.
They all kind of give a little giggle amongst themselves and go back to their food. Foltz, the giant badger, says, "You know, that pot, it'll get you there." And he goes over and ladles out some soup and puts it in a bowl and goes over to the table and hands it to Nero. He's like, "I couldn't possibly."
Oh, if only Jim and Tim were here and I could fuck them in first.
Okay, Crotch, this place. And he wants to say bad, but everyone's talking backwards, so he doesn't know if he should say good. So instead, he just sits there and goes,
Yeah. Yeah, this is not the right crowd for you, Henson.
He's still thinking about the word that he's supposed to say in the correct way, because Crotch has been talking backwards, so he doesn't know if he should talk to Crotch backwards. So he just is staring at him and making his mouth move.
I'm just gonna grab Hanson by the hand and start to guide him out of the hole.
That's what I need right now. Oh yeah.
And I'm going to signal for Blob to come along.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer, like,
Yep. Jennifer's. We'll say she's just riding on Blob.
yeah. Once we're out of the hole, I'm going to be like, that was pretty confusing, wasn't it, Handsome? Yeah. It's all fine now. You can talk like you would normally talk. I'm not doing the reverse thing anymore. Though I could see where you would think I might still be doing that. It's okay. We'll just keep going. And he's gonna just walk.
Yeah.
And like as he's like holding Handsome's hand and walking, he's just gonna keep like a super like, now we are walking. I am holding your hand.
Handsome starts
Walking
to sweat
together.
profusely.
All of us are walking. We're walking on ground. Like he's just gonna say the obvious direct thing until Handsome goes like
Handsome hold hand.
Handsome's holding my hand.
Crotch's hand.
Yes.
Handsome wear flowers?
He does.
And it just goes on like this for a bit, and he slowly starts to talk a little bit slower or a little faster, gets a little more sure of himself until finally he's back to it and understands. He's like, Crotch, that Handsome never go that place again. Handsome never come out if Handsome go there again.
Yeah, that is not the right crowd for you.
Make head hurt.
Yep. I kind of enjoyed it, but it was confusing. The cauldron part.
That pot bad.
Yeah. That was confusing. If it turns out to be what we need to do all along, I'll be very disappointed. But I just can't believe for a moment that my best option is to climb into a boiling pot of soup. Fool me once.
Never seemed to be right answer.
Yeah. Fool me
twice.
once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me.
Fool me twice. You can't fool me again.
Uh-huh.
I mean, well, and I had to wait like 3 days before I could get myself back together. And then I needed a shower, and it was a whole thing. It was terrible.
All right. So we'll move on from the hole in the ground. And as you guys make your way past that, you all of a sudden, above the hedge, you see these big, bright colored balloons. You kind of make your way towards that. Then you can see them right there, hot air balloons rising in the sky. Although when you get around to getting a full view of them, you discover that they're all chained to these huge stone heads lying on top of a low hill. High above, you can see movement in the balloons as goblins in the basket notice you and start scurrying into action. You hear a goblin shout out, "Gain altitude!" And all of a sudden, the balloons start going up, each one of them. There is one deflated balloon that lays on the ground, still chained like the others, but not in use. Getting closer, you also smell just the worst stench ever. You'd have to maybe guess that the gas that is powering these balloons has come from the bog of eternal stench.
Checks out.
Oh, smell bad.
Mm-hmm.
A little goblin.
Crotch, smell bad.
It smells really bad. Yeah.
Oh.
And here we go. I'll show you a little picture. The lowest, where's my finger? The lowest balloon right there. There's a little goblin with big aviator goggles on that make his eyes look like gigantic saucers. He sees you and he's like, "Attack from above!" And all of a sudden, the goblins start throwing like their helmets at you. and little bits of glass, little bits of whatever, like BBs, things like that, marbles. None of it's doing really any damage. It's all like, what's going on? They see nothing's going on, and then you see the little goblin with those big aviator goggles. He says, "Hit him with the shim!" And you see them all kind of disappear, like they kind of crouch down the basket. They all come up, and they're holding a little goblin who's kicking his legs wildly. He's like, "No, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to." And they throw him out of the balloon, trying to hit you guys, and he lands in a heap right at your feet, Henson.
I laugh. It's the funniest thing and the most enjoyable thing Handsome has probably ever seen. And I mean, I'd probably just is he alive?
Barely. You could probably tell he's gonna need like a lot of like help, like recuperating, but he's all he can barely do is just be like,
Handsome bends down, and so he's face to face with this goblin, and he takes a deep breath, and he goes, "Ha!" and just walks over him.
"Oh,
What are you guys doing? Why are you throwing things at us?
You're not goblin.
But we
You're not goblin.
We all serve the Goblin King, though.
You goblin.
I mean, we're in the process of taking him his Yuletide gift.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds really nice of you.
I mean, we're nice people.
Well, hold on. Let me tell the others. And he's like, "Guys." But no one can hear him from how hurt he is and where he is. "Guys." The other goblins are still throwing down stuff, but it's not going to do you any harm. It's more annoying than anything.
They can't hear him from here, Handsome. Could you get him back up there?
Yeah, I'll absolutely baseball him towards the hot air balloons.
I believe if you get him in a basket, it's 2 points.
Oh, that's much more incentive for Handsome. Yeah, which basket? Which
2
basket?
is the lowest one that number 1 is the completely deflated balloon. 2 is the one that they threw shim out of. 3 is the next highest, and 4 is the highest, and the most colorful.
The low one would be fine. Okay. I mean, he just needs to be close enough to tell them what's going on.
Make me a difficulty of 2.
4.
Kobe.
Handsome.
Yeah. He goes flying. He doesn't arc into the basket so much as he shoots up through the bottom of the basket and gets stuck there. And the goblins peer. Hey, that's not. You should do that. That's not right.
As soon as he says you shouldn't do that, Handsome is like gathering up all the shit that they're throwing down and just fucking pelting it right back at him. Like if they're like, "Don't do that," he thinks it's absolutely the thing to do, and he's just like Will Ferrell and Elf, just like windmilling shit right back at him.
Ooh, Handsome. I like what you're doing.
And just laughing uncontrollably.
I like what you're doing. Aim for the balloons, especially with the sharp stuff.
I take that to heart, and it goes straight into my technique.
And as you do that, you're like a little Harry Howitzer, basically, and you're just treading these balloons. Number 2 goes down, and you hear a "whoa" as it comes down. 3.
This is everything that Handsome has wanted in his life. Like he's finally getting revenge on all these goblins at once at the same time, and people watching him do it. It's wonderful.
I turn back to Jennifer and go, "Aren't you glad you came?"
It's like, what is happening? And as that's going on, The goblins in basket 3 are like, oh no. And they're like, no, 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 no. But that's like way after you've already thrown them. And
Oh, yeah.
oh, and it comes down. The 4th balloon is still left, and all of a sudden, you hear a very familiar goblin voice, and you see a very familiar goblin face as John the Goblin pops up out of the 4th basket and says, "Hey, you stop that right now!
What are you
Oh.
doing with the oubliette?
I found those handholds right now."
It just gives me even more purpose to bring John down because he's eaten children, and I was already angry with him before. So this is like the bonus round for Handsome.
You would have been better off hidden.
Give me because he's going to be the highest one up. Give me a difficulty of 3.
If I run out of things to throw, I'm going to start throwing goblins that have come down out of the baskets. That's a 5. So I'm going to take as many goblins as I can and kind of shove them into like one giant like goblin snowball and just heave it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna goblin spirit bomb the last balloon.
Hold on. Before he does that, Crouch is gonna go, no. I have a better idea. And he pops his hand off and he goes, 2 points if you can get it like right above the basket. And so when he throws it, as it gets up there, it's going to wave to the goblins.
Nice.
And then go click.
All right. Yeah. Okay, give me this. I want Crouch, I want you to give me a roll with a difficulty of 2 to see if that comes to pass. And we'll stick with Handsome, that same difficulty 3. Did you make that roll yet?
I rolled initially, which was a 5. I don't know if you want me to roll again since we're changing it up. Okay, cool.
Keep it.
So
that works. Yeah.
How much could I donate to roll again?
What did we say? Let's keep consistent rules going, and we'll do 1 per dice. $1 per dice. Okay. You want to roll?
All right. 3, and I owe you $1.
Word. Yeah, send that like Ben's.
Okay.
And yeah, your hand does everything. Sails past. Boop. When it's hitting that light, right? That flame.
Yeah. Yep.
When it does that, all the gas just you see basically what looks like just the world's most magnificent / pathetic balloon fart as the balloon just kind of and you hear all the goblins, whoa, and they all fall in a heap. They're all kind of a big tangled mess with John at the bottom, and you can see him directly, and he's like, that wasn't cool.
My hand, which is probably laying nearby him, gives the thumbs up, and then it's gonna kip up and walk its way back to us.
Do the thing from Adam
and
Family.
When it gets to Blobby, it's gonna flop on its back and do like, and then Blobby will like hand it up to me.
Oh, Handsome's just been like jumping up and down and clapping, just like the happiest he's ever been watching this thing that he made happen with Crotch.
Yeah,
he's so fulfilled.
I love it. So you've taken down all the balloons. 3 of them are kind of destroyed. There is one that looks like it could still be in working use, and that is the deflated one.
Yeah.
I want to go over to Crotch as we're going over to the balloons and just give him a big hug and just say, Crotch, I Handsome know if you know, but you gave just now Handsome Christmas present.
Oh, and you gave one to me. This is just delightful for all of us.
Okay. You okay, Crotch?
I like you too, Handsome. I don't remember you, but I'm sure we're friends.
huh? We do all the things, and I just start rattling off like the oubliette and the. Well, you got to remember. You remember John from the oubliette. You got it. Now Handsome's confused again.
Yeah. Well,
He's,
yeah, we did do all those things.
uh, uh.
I just don't. I don't know. I just can't seem to keep things in my head.
All right. So, are we thinking we're gonna try to? Are we thinking we're gonna try to use a balloon to get to the castle? I big. Don't know if balloon can carry Handsome.
The baskets can carry up to 6 characters, so I'll say
Okay.
that it'll probably float super low to the ground, but I bet you guys, Handsome could fit.
But it's chained to the.
It is chained to, yeah, there is a chain tethering it to one of these 4 stone heads still.
I'm gonna go over towards John, and I'm gonna kind of like squat down by him, and I'm gonna be like, "So, John, I don't think you've been exactly honest with us.
Whatever gave you that idea?
I mean, first, you're a goblin.
True.
Second, you were in the oubliette, and now you're not. And if you were meant to be in the oubliette, you'd still be in the oubliette.
Maybe.
So you're probably in the oubliette to keep us in the oubliette, which you didn't do a very good job of.
I can neither confirm nor deny these rumors.
Yeah. I was just at the bread party. It was a different skill level. But carrying on, you are preventing us from getting the Goblin King his Christmas present. And I'm going to let him know it was you. You did not want him to get his Christmas present.
No!
He will find out. Also, not only will he be upset with you, but Handsome back there, and he's doing this like real quiet so Handsome won't hear. Really hates liars. And if I go back and tell him what a liar you are and how you've been lying to us the whole time, you saw how far he could throw things like goblins just a minute ago. And I don't think either, like, I don't know which you would prefer to face, angry Handsome or angry Goblin King, but you won't have to choose. Both.
Handsome can't hear what they're saying, but he just knows how much he hates John. So he's like doing the Hulk Hogan, like just like. Yeah, he will absolutely point once John locks eyes with Handsome. He hands out a finger.
Hey! I've always been your friend. I've always been your friend.
Don't keep lying to me, John.
That's not a lie. I'm telling the truth right now.
I'm gonna have to go tell Handsome.
Don't do that.
Or for the first time in your life, you could tell the truth and tell us how to get to the castle. You could genuinely help us. In which case, what am I going to tell Jareth? I'm going to tell him, and we bumped into John, your buddy who wanted to make sure you got your Christmas gift. And he helped us along the way. He wanted to make sure you had a very happy holiday.
Well, yeah, he's my king. Okay, all right. I mean, I could get in trouble for this too, but I also enjoy being alive. All right, okay. And all the other goblins, they can kind of sense what he's about to say, and they're like, no, don't do it. Don't tell him. It's like, you could use the goblin door right over there. And like, just like, you're like, wait, how did this should have been here. I should have seen this right here. On also all of a sudden, one of the stone heads has a very clear, very defined door on it. And he's like, you can use that right now.
Now, John, Are you lying to me?
No, never have, never will.
You make it really hard for me to trust you, John.
Okay, all
If
right.
it turns out to be wrong.
Well,
Hanson,
obviously you know where to find me.
yep. And we would.
I'm telling you the truth now.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for your assistance. And he's gonna get up and be like, "Hey guys, there's a goal. There's a door for us."
Yep. And yeah, the door is right there. Are you guys gonna go through?
Yeah.
All right.
Hansom's wary of doors at this point, so can he grab a goblin
Sure.
and
Anyone.
open up the door and just throw the goblin in and see what the goblin's reaction is?
You pick up Shim, the first goblin that was thrown back and forth. And he's like, "No, not again." And you throw him through. And he's like, "Hey, I'm back home. Thanks."
Okay.
And when you guys step through, you find yourself kind of coming from some little weird like service door into the courtyard of the Goblin King's castle.
Perfect. Good job, John. See, people can change, Handsome. Sure, John is a shitty goblin. He lied to us nonstop, but in the end, he grew a little bit as a person and he managed to tell the truth and be helpful. It's a Yuletide miracle.
Goblin's still bad.
Yeah, mostly they are terrible. Yeah.
Okay.
But every once in a while, one might surprise you.
Yeah, it's very surprising how high they can go.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, very surprising, very happy.
And as you guys have kind of stood there, there's a bunch of people just milling about, like mostly goblins and stuff. But everyone, once they kind of do a look at you, they do a double take and they stop dead in their tracks. Everyone is staring at Jennifer, mouth agape.
Mm-hmm. As is right and proper.
And you hear a lot of mumblings of Lady Sarah, Sarah. And Jennifer has kind of picked this up and she's like, "They're staring at me."
Mm-hmm. I told you. Absolute ringer.
Oh no, it make you sad?
Feeling
Handsome, make them stop staring.
No, it's understandable that they would stare.
Okay, all right.
Like you're what Sarah would look like just a little bit older. Like grown up. She was pretty young.
Okay.
So it's totally understood. The reaction's understandable.
Gents, I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, perfect. In fact, I'll take a little break right now. Say be back in like a minute tops.
All right.
Be right back. Bear with, audience. Thank you.
It's okay. I'm still here with you, audience. This, of course, is being brought to you by Extra Life Weekend. Weekend when Known World United, the team this channel is named after. I think we're on Known World United channel, probably, maybe. Yes. We've been playing games since Friday at about noon to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, specifically Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare in St. Paul. So far, we are doing a pretty bang up job of it. I personally am at a goal. I set my goal for $2,022. I am sitting at 965. So I'm knocking on the door of 1,000. As a team, how are we doing as a team? As a team, we are over $14,000 right now. $14,044 on a goal of $20,220. So we are making some excellent progress. I think we are on track to earn more than we did last year. And last year, I think we were over 15,000. So thank you to everybody who has been a part of this, making donations, making all this stuff happen. We really appreciate it. And hopefully out of this, you will get some enjoyment and entertainment out of our dumbasses playing ridiculous games. Oh, everybody's back.
Who doesn't like a good goblin throwing? I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
If you're not, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained by the goblin throwing?
Now do it as retro throw.
So yeah, so setting the scene again. Everyone knows that, or they think that this is Sarah. You're explaining that complete dead ringer, and is that where we found ourselves? Okay.
Well, I'm saying spitting image because I don't want to say dead ringer because Henson will get upset.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. And yeah, just what started as kind of like low murmurs and kind of whispers has now turned into like people are like, oh my, she's back. Can you believe it? And alarms are sounded. People are all kind of mulling around you, not really kind of in a threatening way. They're just crazy curious, and they're
Back
like,
up, you creepers.
Oh, I am on the defensive right away when everyone's trying to like get closer and they're like,
Be respectful.
And horned beasts aren't seen in the city ever, really. So you people, when you just do a little like, people are like, oh, and like they're like, scatter. The big doors to the castle open up. This lanky, sleek, panther-like figure comes kind of like bounding out of the door. You'd think he was wearing a giant blonde fright wig, but his hair is just that amazing. It does it on its own. The tightest pants you could ever pour a man into, and he is poured into these. Cod piece that you would want to write home to your parents about. You should have seen this. The most piratey of pirate shirts, and a wonderful cane with a cool crystal bauble on top. He comes down and he's like, Sarah.
Your most
really you,
Highness, Chief of Calamities, we bring you a lovely gift this Yuletide. Sadly, not Sarah, but Jennifer Connelly.
Well, if I was a little drummer boy, I would say parumpa pum pum. That's a deep cut to Bing Crosby. Anyway,
he's gonna help Jennifer down from top of.
And Jareth is like, you almost think like, oh, he's really like, he's treating Jennifer as if she was Sarah. Like, you might think, is this like, if you're familiar with his story, you might be viewing this as a second chance at love. And he's just like the most gracious and kind person. He bows to Jennifer and holds out a hand to take hers after you lead her off of Blobby.
And when I see his hand come out, I take the flowers and place them in his hand because that's what he's reaching for. Clearly, I say, King Handsome, bring you pretty flower not found in kingdom. Handsome heard you were sad and wanted to make you feel more handsome. And these do.
Jareth is kind of stunned. Like, not only that a horned beast would have any care for him, but that anyone is showing him actual kind of genuine kindness that isn't like some kind of sycophantic need on their part to like ingratiate themselves with him. He sees this as a purely kind act. And he's like, I've never seen roses like these. And he gives him a sniff. And he's like, what is your name, kind sir?
Me handsome.
Then from this day forth, you are Prince Handsome. the Prince of Roses.
Oh, good gift. Good gift. Handsome got gift from Crotch and wanted to make sure that Crotch gift that made Handsome feel good, make Goblin King feel good too.
It
You-
made Goblin King feel very good.
Oh,
Sir Crotch, what can I do for you?
I don't remember.
How about this, friend? And he holds out like one of those crystal balls and he hands it to you. And when you take it, you can remember everything. The fugue of the labyrinth has lifted.
Oh, that's right. I am a piece of shit.
And he's like, thank you for delivering me the special gift. And Jennifer's like, I'm a gift? What? I thought I was just saying, don't worry. Thank you so much for making this old king so happy. Now,
You're welcome. You're happy.
everybody, let's dance. And at that, everyone gets into a big just applause. All of a sudden, it's like party streamers and things are popping off. You're like, how did those happen? Where'd they come from? Like everyone's just moving and grooving. And yeah, we'll call that game.
yay! Handsome does a very fine waltz with Blobby. While this is happening, just picks him up, holds him, gently but correctly, and just beautiful footwork.
Yep.
And you know, Blobby grows two little blob legs and is blobbing along with you.
Awesome. I'm gonna roll for that waltz. That was a 4. I think it's pretty good waltz.
Yeah, that is pretty good waltz. That
like-
waltz is not that hard.
I love that this story had an incredibly happy ending for everyone involved,
Except for Jennifer Connelly,
except for Jennifer.
who is now in apparently indentured servitude from now until the end of time. Colin, how does Paul Bettany react to Jennifer's disappearance suddenly and forever?
Oh, in this world, Paul Bettany is crushed. He can't find his Jennifer. Where's my Jennifer? He goes to such lengths that he consults all the top scientists in the world. He's like, I gotta find a way. And someone's like, I think she might be in a multiverse. He's like, what? A multiverse? How can I access that? And they're like, guess what, Paul? We're gonna turn you into a robot. He's like, I read a script about that once. And then he basically he undergoes the process to become a vision sort of person. But it goes wrong, and he turns out to be more like Robot Man from Doom Patrol. He's now just a brain stuck in a giant thing.
That can never sleep, always remembers about where his Jennifer is in constant pain. Emotional, not physical, because he can't feel anything.
But he got he got a new TV deal out of the thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did he find someone that he's quite fond of that also is a schizophrenic?
Is that in the movie?
Perhaps her name is Jane?
Yeah!
And people think
yeah.
she's crazy!
She's very crazy. Yeah, and then he finds a little cyborg boy. They meet a little this actress who can turn into a blob. They call her Blobby. It's
It comes full circle.
Yeah, it does. It
full
goes full circle. It's pretty crazy.
An old man in a wheelchair that constantly
That he
is
calls
going
crotch
up
behind his back.
Can you just imagine the CSI team going into her bedroom
Yeah.
and just finding all the goblin detritus?
Hang on. Did the CSI team find Alf, Ralph, Jim, and Tim? Are they now in Guantanamo trying to find Jennifer Connelly, America's sweetheart?
Alf, Ralph, Jim, and Tim were mistaken for coyotes and summarily shot.
Last thing exiting the Connelly Bettany residence.
Yeah. Someone called animal control. They're like, I see these coyotes with mange. Someone better do something. And when the animal control filled out the report, they're like, I swear to God, I heard one of them say, "Stop, don't," but animals can't talk. So yeah, and yeah, so I don't know.
That must have been the fentanyl talking though, because I just.
Oh yeah. All right. Oh yeah, so yeah, that'll be the game there. It was another weird journey, but the best games always are, I think. I'd like to thank everyone for showing up to watch. If you watched it the whole time, that's amazing. Thank you so much. If you're making plans to watch it later, awesome. Spread the word. Get it out there. Known World United, Heel Turn, Antagonist Relations. Just help us out. Donate if you can. If not, just let other people know we're out here and we're doing good for the kids, and we're also trying to entertain you best we can. You'll probably see a little bit more of me around. I'm gonna start getting more of a Twitch presence out there, and hopefully I'll be joining Ben on Spoopy Boys podcast a little later in the month again, and a few other things. Otherwise, Joel, tell the people what's your business and where to find you.
You can find me on the socials at Finger Twitchings, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. I have things posted pretty much everywhere. For Extra Life specifically, I'm doing what I never do, and I'm opening up commission spots. Donation of $50 or more, I will illustrate your RPG character. So super cheap. Don't want to get into more than 10 at a time, but I currently have 8 spots open.
Got to show off.
Oh, is that some of the...
Nice. That's my Warforged character and his good old boy that Joel whipped up just starting yesterday.
Yeah, and I'll just take a moment. Let me sing Joel's praises. He's a phenomenal artist. Like I've seen a lot of the work he's posted, and it's really good stuff. And he's a great guy. So yeah, throw him some bucks, and he's gonna give you a present you could keep forever.
Mm-hmm.
True. And don't take our word for it. You can go to my Instagram, you can go to Twitter, you can go to my sketch blog, and you can take a look at stuff. If it's your style and you dig it, go for it. And if not, you know what? You could still donate $1.
$1.
For those who work for companies that do donation matching, be sure to log that in, because your $1 becomes $2, 20 becomes 40, 40 becomes 80, so on and so forth. And it's not on your dime, and your donation dollar goes so much further. So be sure to do that. If you're not sure if your company has donation matching, find out. You usually have a year to get that stuff in. It won't matter that it doesn't come through us. It just will matter that it goes to Gillette's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nate.
Yeah, I'm just here to play. I don't have anything to pitch. I'm just along for the ride. Super happy that I was able to get in on Extra Life this year. It's been super fun. Next year, I would love to be a part of it again. We'll get my own donation stuff set up, see what kind of goofy stuff I can do. Can't draw for shit, but I'll paint some minis. So maybe that's something if you want, a little tiny ass gnome to make me lose some of my vision on, that might be something to look forward to. So, just thanks for getting me in on the game, Colin. I had a great time.
Yeah, no, dude, you've been a great fit. I've heard many people singing your praises within the community. So, dude, I'm super happy to have you, and I'm glad you made it. And Joel, once again, I'm glad you made it for a game. I love having you in ones. And thanks everyone for watching, honestly. And for those who will watch in the future, thank you. And just let the people know we're out here trying to entertain you and also help some kids who really could use some help. All right. And
just end it right there. Just right
juicy.
On the. It's not. I assure you, it's not the same as Hansom's big glob that came out. It was rather unfruitful. So that's good.
But you have to appreciate the method acting.
Yes,
you do.
That's the dedication Nathan brings.
He's the Robert De Niro of these Extra Life games.
The Christian
His
Bale.
method.
Yeah.
His method. He drove a taxi.
I did.
He wasn't even a taxi
I wore flowers for about 6 days.
I witnessed this.
And tried throwing goblins into the air for like that really heavy lifting stuff to feel the joy that Henson would.
goblins being your
I
own
did
children.
not get a chance to get into Jennifer Connelly's residence though. I did try just to see how that fear would have reacted to someone unknown in your home, but couldn't quite get it. Next year it's a goal to
You got to
shoot for.
scale those walls.
You do. You really do.
They're high. I've been there. But yeah, thanks everyone. And on that, we'll say goodbye and thanks for watching. Peace, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.